Good morning. Two things before we start today. Jay's back. So it's gone swimmingly well, hasn't it, for 2 weeks? Anything could happen this morning. Jay's back from his holidays. And who was it? Oh, the delivery man arrived this morning and went, oh, I'd ask for my money back. He's been abroad in the sunshine, right? Not even a hint of a tan. Not even, you know, a blush. Anyway, that's that. Also, I'd just like to say thank you to the Chipping Camden Lady Quilters for looking after me so well. On Saturday morning, I went to their annual display, their exhibition. It was fantastic. There were some of the most beautiful quilts you've ever seen. Some dodgy ones as well. But on the whole, some really, really, really beautiful, gorgeous quilts. So thank you very much indeed for my lovely morning. Right, shall we have a look at today's menu then? Here we go, today's menu. It's called Fashion and Fabric. 8 o'clock, we're sewing Pinafore. It's a Pinafore that we're about to make. Jenniffer Taylor, that is. 9 o'clock, Jardin. Do you remember the advert? Le Jardin. What was her name? Dr. Finlay, casebook woman did it, wasn't it? What was she called? She was a Bond girl, wasn't she? Anyway, 9 o'clock, that's nothing to do with that. Jardin Flower Collection at 9 o'clock. Oh, and I've got some lovely tools in that hour as well. 10 o'clock. Beautiful purses. That's Jenniffer back making some really, really gorgeous little purses. And then it's 11 o'clock. We've got bundles of fun. I've got gorgeous bundles of fabric created especially for you. Each of them have got patterns and planes and everything. So that is today's menu. We'd love you to get in touch. Best way to get in touch is by the web chat. So you need to go to the website, which is www.sewingquarter.com, and that will look like this. And then what you do is you click on Watch Today's Show. Where are we? There we go. There we go. And then if you just scroll down the page slightly, you'll see Message the Studio. What you do is you write a quick message in there. Keep it to less than 2 sentences, only because it cuts off halfway through that. So just keep it. You look lovely. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you, Michael. Anyway, so that's how to get in touch. Also, while we're on there, if you just scroll down the page, you'll see products from today's show. They're all the things that Natasha had yesterday. Any minute now, they will all disappear. And as we introduce fabrics or kits or bundles or books or anything today, they will appear there. So you can either just go straight there if you've missed us, or if you're watching the replay later on, you can just go straight there and pop them straight into your basket from there. Talking about popping in your basket, if you scroll back up the page, you'll see at the top right-hand there, where it says Add to the Basket. What will happen is when we start playing something live, it will appear there on the right-hand side. You click on it, you pop it in your basket. Now, if you definitely want it, make sure you check out straight away, because putting it in your basket does not guarantee getting it. And because of this, what we do is we have a policy of 1 poster packaging for the whole day. £2. Oh, there you go. Hannah's just popping that in her basket there. We have one policy of £2.95. So if you order 20 times, you still only pay 1 poster packaging, even if you buy a sewing machine. Even if you buy a sewing machine. So that's that. Now, if you want to email, now that's if you want to send a longer message or your pictures. We love getting your pictures. So if you want to do that, you can email studio@sewingquarter.com. Okay, that's all the business end, all the science, as they say. Look at this. Isn't this cute? It's like it looks very 1920s there, doesn't it? Very Downton Abbey there. It's a lovely wrapper. It's not even a wraparound. It's an apron with no ties. You just pop it on and go. Pop it on and go. It's lovely, isn't it? I love that fabric as well. That's called I think that's called the threads fabric. We've got 4 bundles coming up. Let me just spin it round for you as well. Let me just show you. Oh, there's a big pocket there, look. And spin it round. Oh, it's like... Make sure you're wearing something underneath it. Or not, as the case may be. There's the crossover straps and everything. I'll turn it back. You know what? We'll get a message from Hayley now, because you know how she's always insistent that the dummies have T-shirts or vests on them, right? She can say, please put some pants on that dummy in future. Right, come and have a look at the 4 bundles, because what it is, we've got 4 different fabrics. You get the instructions. You do get the instructions here. So, the cotton reels is that one there. I thought it was called threads, actually. It's called threads. What it is you get 1 metre of the main fabric, ½ a metre of the strap fabric, the thread and the instructions, £19.95. Now, you might not want to make that apron, but so you get 1 metre of that threads fabric. It's lovely, isn't it? So that's the one that Jenniffer's made. The one that she's making is the Pussycat one, which is this one here. So, what you get here is you get a metre of the Pussycat fabric. It's cute fabric, isn't it? And that's matched with Christmas red. So you get a metre of the cats. Look at the price, $13.95 for 1.5 metres of fabric. Half a metre of the Christmas red, the red thread, and the right side thread, the red thread, and the instructions, £13.95. Right, now I've got 2 other bundles to show you. I love this one. This one's called the Blue and Cream Pinafore. Doesn't do it justice. This is that gorgeous. Remember when I launched this fabric? I love this fabric. Absolutely adore this fabric. So you get the big flower. They're like hydrangeas, like a big hydrangea, aren't they? And then half a metre of the latte and the thread and the instructions, £18.45. And then last but not least, we've got a bit of Kaffe. Now, I'm just going to say this, put this out there straight away. I'm going to put this out there straight away. You're going to get 1.5 metres of this fabric. I wouldn't make that apron with it. I'd use the instructions and use something else, because this, I mean, not the other fabrics are, but this is the most gorgeous, let me show you. The most gorgeous, one of the most popular designs from the Kaffe fabrics, but when we do it by half a metre. I can't do it by half a metre today. I cannot do it by the half metre. Look, you see, you get a metre, sorry, you don't get 1.5 metres, you get a metre. A metre you get of this, right? Of beautiful, gorgeous fabric. Now, what I want to say about it, it's like a heavy cotton lawn. So I'm wondering if it might... This is my own personal opinion. You might want an apron out of that. It would flimsy. It'd be more flimsy, more floaty. It wouldn't be as sturdy, the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word... But you know what I mean? It's gorgeous. I love it, I love it, I love it. But maybe you just want that as a bundle, because you get the thread and you get the instructions. It's only $19.95. Right, shall we go? All right, missus. Haven't seen you for ages.
I know, it's been forever.
Now, before we go any further...
Forever.
Shouldn't you be at the sewing bee this week?
No, yeah, I am, but not yet.
When does it start?
It starts on Thursday.
Are you excited?
I am, yeah, I've got prep to do. Busy bee before then. So, yeah, I'm doing lots there. So I'm doing workshops, demonstrations, chatting to all of you.
If you're going and you look at the timetable of demonstrations, it's got all these different theatres, all these different spaces, and it's got Jenniffer Taylor, Jenniffer Taylor, Jenniffer Taylor, Jenniffer Taylor, Jenniffer Taylor, Jenniffer Taylor. I was just like, how am I going to get from that? Because it's huge, isn't it? It's absolutely
so if you see me running, just part and let me go.
We said she needs to get on those things out at the airport. You're like, beep, 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 beep. But she just parts the crowds as she goes.
You know what I might do? I might take my roller boots.
Oh,
I'll just roller boot my way through that'll be hilarious. That'll be so funny. I won't take my roller boots.
Right, let's make an apron.
We're making an apron today. I like it. I'm going to be wearing my sewing quarter apron, actually. I'm going to take it with me.
Oh, are you?
To the Redbridge Sewing Bee, yeah. Because it's super handy for when you're obviously cutting out and you get all threads all over you, don't you? Whereas if you have your little sewing apron...
Oh, hang on. James is going to bring the mannequin in with the apron up. It's broken. So we'll just start. We'll have a look at... We'll just have a look at... Now, are the instructions... Because it looks quite complicated, but...
Yeah.
Are they quite...
No, it's basically just rectangles. What I really like about it, and we'll show you a bit more when we get the apron back in a second, but it's got a lovely facing as well. So it's not just some straps attached to what would be a rectangular piece of fabric. It's actually faced as well.
And I love the jaunty pocket on it as well.
Oh, I love a jaunty... You know I love a pocket.
Oh, here he comes. You can hear him.
He's coming now. He's coming now.
Right, I'll just bring that in. There we go, Jay. Thank you.
Ta-da!
Let's put it... There we go. Put it between us.
So yeah, this is what I mean by the facing.
Oh, yes. Oh, lovely.
It's got a nice facing on the underside. Lovely. So that's why I thought I'd go with the contrasting red straps instead of because you've got plenty of fabric to do your, in this case, the threads, if you wanted thread straps.
Oh, you could do it.
Yeah, you could do it, but I wanted to show off the red. I thought it looked really nice, so I've gone with red straps and a red facing, and then just a little bit of detail on our lovely pocket there.
The jaunty pocket, yes.
And the jaunty pocket. So again, I've just patched it. You've got enough fabric to do a simple patched pocket, like a single piece of fabric.
OK, now, is that the size that the pattern tells you to do.
That's correct, yeah.
So now you can play around with it if you want to. You can make it longer, shorter, wider, thinner,
absolutely. So I'm going to do a smaller size for our demonstration just so you can see what I'm doing rather than doing a big piece of fabric.
Okay.
But basically, if you're going with this, all you need to do is cut off the selvage edges of your main fabric, your 1 metre fabric, and then cut off the a little bit on the bottom. So you've got a metre of fabric, but I think you only need something like 80 centimetres in length. So you've got a strip of fabric to do whatever you want to, whether it's the straps or the pocket
or your sash, stash,
whatever you want to do. So,
Marcia, good morning, lovely. Love the Pinafore. Missed you at the weekend. Welcome back, Jay. Oh, he's not there. He's gone, Marcia.
He's gone.
He's gone. Thank you, Marcia.
That's anyway. Lovely. Right, OK, so I'm going to do it with our little pussycats today. Super cute. Super cute pussycat.
So that's hang on. So that's the one. That the one up there is that one. Is the one that Jenniffer's already made the details, and this one here is this one going across the bottom.
On the bottom.
Oh, I have to tell you as well that Lorraine did a charity walk at the weekend, and she managed to do it wearing bling. She looked exhausted by the end, I can't tell you, but she did it for... It was the memory walk for the Alzheimer's, so it's a brilliant charity.
Oh, that's super cool.
OK, right.
OK, so you can see that this is this is going to be my apron.
Right.
So again, I'm making this for a smaller person, but obviously yours would be literally the selvage to selvage, which I think is 112.
12, yeah, 40 inches.
So it's a nice big piece of fabric there. But basically, if you're going to make this for somebody, all it needs to do is go around the body and then cross a little bit at the back. So pretty much a full bust measurement would be the measurement you need for your apron. And then obviously, depending on how long you want your apron, then obviously from your upper bust down across the bust and then wherever you want it on your leg.
Of course.
So it's basically a rectangular piece of material which you can see in front of me now.
Okay.
And then you obviously have your contrasting fabric here in our lovely solid.
Yes,
we've got
Christmas red in this one.
Christmas red with our lovely Pussycat Bundle today. So you need to cut 2 straps.
Right.
You also need a facing. So your facing piece, if I just bring that in for you, is the same width as your apron. So it would in this case.
The width of the fabric.
So it would be your upper bust measurement if you're going to do it off for somebody particular. And then I've gone ahead and just pressed under a 1.5 centimetre seam allowance ahead of time.
OK.
But it's roughly around, I think it's about 3 inches.
Tells you in here, doesn't it?
Tells you everything you need is in here, but if you're just downsizing it, the facing is the same as the width of your apron.
Right.
And then you need 2 of your fabrics for your straps. Now, again, the measurements are in your instructions, but if you want to make it a little bit longer, then you can do.
Right.
OK.
Oh, yes. Yes, because I went to put this one on, you know, like I normally like to wear it and everything, and I found the straps a little bit restricting, a little bit too short. So is there a way you can work out how long you actually... I know you could go to the size of in the pattern, but is there a way of just checking how long you'd want your straps?
I think it's the armhole that's the issue here. So I've got the same. I've got quite a long shoulder to front bust measurement. I've got a very long bust, and I think you're very same. Where
She's got a very long bust. I've got a very long...
Well, I've got a very long chest.
And I've got so have I.
But it's that what we're talking about. So it's basically from here to here. So what I would do is the apron sits just above there. So if you imagine you're wearing like a boob tube type thing, it's basically where your armpits are.
Every weekend, me.
Always a boob tube. So basically the straps need to go there and then from the back. So you might want to go sort of what would be past your bra strap in your mind. So if you take that measurement and then obviously add an extra bit on for seam allowance, that should give you enough movement. But you are right, I felt that it was a little bit too tight.
Yes, so when you come to the pattern, just take that into... It might be fine for you, but just take it into...
Just take it into
You might not have a long bust like me and Jenniffer.
We've got deep armholes. That's
deep armholes. Lorraine says she's rather delicate this morning after a charity walk.
Well
she sent a picture to Hannah.
Well done, though. OK, so obviously you're going to need to have 2 straps for this because it's not a continuous strap. Okay?
Of course, yes.
Right, so the first thing I want to do, I want to move this out of the way. So with your straps, all you're literally going to be doing is folding them together Now, it's right sides together, so if you're going to use, like, for instance, your cat material, then make sure you put the right sides together, which is the printed side.
Yes.
Obviously, with the solid, it's very different. Well, there's no difference, so it doesn't matter. OK, so obviously, depending on your fabric. And then we're going to run a line of stitching down that to create a tube. So it's a 1.5 seam allowance throughout the pattern, so keeping it nice and simple.
Anna's been making tubes this morning for a demonstration later on. Now, you're sewing in white, but you actually get the dark red in this
Yes,
kit
I've just used the white just so you can see what I'm doing, that's all. So, but it also is nice to kind of mix it up if you want to have some contrasting stitches, you know. So, so I'm just sewing a 1.5 seam allowance now. Just going down the length of the tube.
Will you be needing the iron out?
I will be needing the iron, that's right.
Ironing board, he says ironing mat. Remember, if you've got any questions for Jenniffer, just get them in.
Get them in. OK. So once you've done your tube, you need to turn it inside out. So obviously turn it the right way around. And you can have the... I know what you're going to be showing a little bit later.
Yes.
You can use that. It would be good for speed. But it's, as you can see, it's quite a big...
It's a thick
It's a thick tube. So you should be able to do this quite easily with your hands. But I'm sure for speed, you'd probably be a lot quicker using the tool.
Now, the cream and blue bundle, which is the blue hydrangeas with the latte. What, you've got what? Oh, Diana's made a top out of this fabric.
Oh,
Let's put a picture of it. Let's have a look at it then. I'll move round so you can go into... Oh, no. Oh, that. I tell you what that is. That's the blouse that we did with Jenniffer Mills. With the fluted, isn't it? With the fluted sleeves.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
So on trend at the moment, isn't it? We'll have the big sleeves.
Very nice.
That's lovely.
I don't know if the pattern might still be on our website. If you go to our website, look under patterns. It was a blouse and it had 4 different kinds of sleeves. It had like a tulip sleeve, that sleeve, a fitted sleeve, and no sleeves. I think they were the 4 choices. Thank you.
Super cute. Yeah, it's lovely. That looks really nice. OK, so I'm just pressing my strap for it now. So just make sure when you're doing that, you try and push the seam out. So you might want to just give the seam a little roll when you're doing that. Just makes it easier.
If I stand there you go.
You're having a dance with the mannequin.
That's how you move a mannequin, Hannah, if you didn't know. Yes.
OK. So I've given that a quick press there.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now, again, is just to add some stability to the strap, but also some decorative stitching as well. I'm just going to run down 2 lines of parallel stitching.
Oh, OK.
Can you see it on the
strap? Yeah, you did it in
then?
biscuit on that one.
So on my foot, there's a section where there's a clear part to the foot and then where the metal part is, and it's about sort of 2/8 as far as the seam allowance is concerned, but I'm just using that as a guide. So as long as you can see what you're doing.
But if you wanted, you could do a decorative stitch along there, couldn't you? Because
that'd be lovely.
not on this machine, but on the 680, there's a decorative stitch which is spools of thread.
That'd be brilliant.
So if you could put spools of thread going round there. I don't think there's a pussycat one, though, somehow. Is there, Hannah?
There's not one on this one.
No.
Oh, I wish I'd used that machine now. That'd have been brilliant.
Too late now.
Too late. Too late. Right, so I'm just doing the other side now to my strap. And remember that you need 2 of these, OK?
Yep. The cat bundle is proving the most popular, just so you know, at home.
It's cute. It's cute. Right, so I'm just getting rid of my threads.
So you haven't, both ends are raw. You haven't finished off an end, then they're both.
Yeah, they're both raw. Thank you. They're both raw edges, and the reason being because we talked about that facing, didn't we?
Oh yes.
So we're going to be facing it. So you can see I've got my 2 straps there, all ready to go. So now it's about prepping your fabric. So what we're going to do, make sure you look at paying attention to the direction of your fabric. With this one, it's very obvious because I can see that they're cats and they've got tails, so they're all facing away from me at the moment, and I'm working at the top of the fabric.
Right.
So I'm going to.
Also, what we do need to say to you is when you're cutting your square or your rectangle with the pussycat ones, remember that it's a print on the fabric, so don't necessarily use the the line of the Pussycats. Just check your grain, that's all I'm saying. Because with all printed fabrics, like the ginghams we do and things like that, you always have to check that it's the right...
Check that it's right. Yeah. OK, so I've just done a quick finger press to give me the central part of my apron. So obviously this is going to be going into the centre point of my body.
Yeah.
And then I'm just opening it out. So you can see that little crease there.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take my tape measure and I'm going to be measuring 9 centimetres away from that section. So obviously, depending on who you're making it for, if you're down, so 9 centimetres is for the adult, so you might want to reduce that down, so if it's for a child. So in the instructions, it's 9 centimetres.
Or if you've got a big bosom, would you slightly move them out a little bit? Would that be the furthest out you'd go, be 9 centimetres, do you reckon?
Yes, so 9 centimetres is from here to the beginning of that strap.
So you wouldn't want to take that any further?
No. So what you might want to do, which is a good point, if you take your front bust measurement, so it's basically where the creases of your armpits are, across the front, that would be the widest part. So it's where your straps would finish, and then you can just do your maths and divide it in half. So you could do it that way as well. So it's always good to take a few measurements. So because I'm making it smaller, I'm actually going to make my measurement a little bit different. So it's 9 centimetres on for the adult, so I'm going to give it to 6, OK?
So at 9 centimetres, that means that across there is 18 centimetres.
That's correct.
It's bigger than that.
Yeah. OK, so I'm taking my strap, so I'm going to pop that there. So I've got my little measurement with my pin, putting the strap down. So raw sides together, so you can see that the strap is on the fabric. OK, so again, I'm just going to repeat that on the other side. So again, it was 6 centimetres. I'm just going to pop a pin there for speed. Obviously, if you've got a mark, you can mark it as well.
Yeah.
And then you have your other strap on the other side. Like so. OK, so this is where it gets a little bit tricky.
Oh.
OK, so now we need to create the... Oh, a bit of thread there. The cross part of the apron.
Yes.
OK, so we're basically going to be taking this strap, so in this case it's my right-hand side strap, over to the left-hand side. So this is where you want to make sure that you're not twisting your strap. So laying it flat, and then you need to keep it facing you.
Yeah, like when you do a handle on, it's like doing a handle on a handbag,
exactly.
Isn't it?
So if you fold it over like that, you can see you've got a right angle and a right angle. If it's doing that...
It's wrong.
That's wrong, OK? Like that.
Yeah, but also, we kind of, that sounds like we're... But that's what I would have done that automatically. I'd have twisted it round. I would automatically twist it round that way, thinking, oh, that's fine, going round. But they both have to be the same.
The same, that's right, yeah. So it's like that.
Yeah.
And the measurement that you're going to need, because this is a 1.5 seam allowance in our pattern, you need to distance your strap 3 centimetres away from that raw edge here.
OK.
OK, so there's your 3 centimetre mark. So again, I'm just going to grab a quick pin. And
again, that sounds like common sense, but a lot of people will be thinking, oh, put the strap at the end.
At the end. So remember to leave the gap of 3 centimetres. And then you can take your strap then, pop it on there and pin it in place. And then you just need to repeat that on the other side.
Does it matter which strap you do first?
No. I don't think so.
No?
If you're going to be finicky about it, no, I think it'll be fine. So again, 3 centimetres.
Becky's emailed in. What's Becky got to say? Hello to everyone at Sewing Quarter, she says.
Hello.
Oh, she said, thank you for Sewing Quarter for getting us back into sewing. She got her first sewing machine yesterday.
Oh, exciting. Can't wait to see what you're making. OK, so I'm just going to do some quick stitches in here just to hold that in place, because we're going to then go ahead and do our facing, OK? So obviously, if you're doing your full-size apron at home, try and keep your fabric on the table. Don't allow it to fall off the table, because what will happen is the weight of the fabric will just keep pulling it.
Well, and
so
also, if you're making that size, you've got twice as much.
You've got twice as much as fabric. So it's definitely if you're going to go with the adult size. So always try and keep your work on the table and out the way. So for speed, I'm just going to go across in one.
So you're just tacking them into place.
I'm just tacking them into place. So I'm doing it inside my seam allowance.
Yeah.
So you won't...
you're carrying on all the way along? You're not stopping and starting?
Just for speed, I'm going straight across, but at home you could just do the strap section, OK?
Yeah.
So it's just for speed, I'm going across in the one.
Again, we've had questions asking if people can buy this cat fabric on its own. Hannah's just asking the scheduling department now. This is the bundle here, and there's the still. Most popular by far, we're being told. Oh, crikey, flying out.
Flying out. OK. So that's that done. So we're pretty much almost there now. So you've got your straps attached now. So what we need to do is concentrate on our facing. So this is that section there that I talked about earlier, where it's the same width as your apron. And I've gone ahead and actually pressed in my seam allowance for the other side, which is 1.5.
Right.
So it's the side I'm working with is the raw side. I've not done anything with that yet.
Right.
And obviously, because I can see the raw edges on this top side, I know that this is now the right side of the fabric. Yeah. OK, so I'm putting right sides together.
Say this again, Hannah. Oh, they're absolutely flying out. We had loads of these. There's only 9 left. There's only 9 of these left. And half... Oh, and how many in baskets? You see, yeah... if everyone checks out, there's only about 5 or 6 left.
Oh. Quick,
so please, if you want the cat bundle, you need to do it quickly.
Quick, quick, quick. OK. So now I'm just pinning my facing to my main fabric. And I'm going to pin today, John. That's not like me, is it?
No.
The reason why I'm pinning is because these straps are making the fabric concertina, so I want to make sure that it's in the right place.
Concertina?
They're concertinaing up. They're manipulating my fabric. So
I haven't heard for a long time, concertina.
Do you like concertina?
I have to say, now, maybe I shouldn't say this, but and at home you can't see this, but Jennifer's wearing a very pretty bra today.
Oh, thank you.
I can just see the lace. I can just see the lace here, and it's very, very pretty bra. I do apologise.
I'm so sorry, John.
Now you all want to see now, don't you? No, she's not taking her top off. Not today. Maybe if you go to British Sewing... No, what's it called? Great British Sewing Bee, you may be lucky enough. Well, no, only because it's a very plunging V, isn't it? And they can't, at home can't see it, but I can see a very pretty bra underneath.
No overhead shots, please.
No. Yeah, don't forget the overhead camera now.
It's like a pink, isn't it? It's a pink one.
Yes. Can you not remember? Was it dark when you got dressed?
It was. Oh, you know what was horrible this morning? Because it really is dark now, like normally.
Oh, no, it's horrible at that time in the morning. What time do you have to get up?
4 o'clock.
Oh, at the same time as me, and it's pitch.
Absolutely pitch black.
Pitch black. And then when I leave the house at 10 to 5, it's pitch black. And I'm thinking, surely the clocks go back soon.
Oh,
it's not till October, the clocks go back soon.
It's horrible. But I've noticed the change in temperature as well. I feel the cold so much. It's
well,
horrible.
Jay, poor old Jay, he got back from his holidays last night. He's really...
That was a shock to the system.
And not that I think he's even been in the sun once while he's been away. Now, this is a bit of information I don't need to share with you, but I'm going to, right? Hannah doesn't have to get dressed in the dark because she lives with a flatmate, but obviously the flatmate's not there. She got dressed in the dark this morning and her knickers are on inside out. Just thought you'd like that bit of information.
It was so easily done, though. Especially when you're half asleep.
Yes.
OK. So I've not been very good with my measuring, so I'm just going to cut that off.
Yeah.
At least it's not too short, that's the main thing.
Oh, now those scissors need sharpening.
I've got a
has somebody gone over a pin on them?
They have.
Keep those. I'll keep those now, because I've got something for that later. I can help you.
Right, so we have our facing now attached to our apron.
Yes.
We've got our straps as well, so you can see that I've got that folded edge. So basically what we're going to be doing is pushing that over.
Yes.
So this is where you need your iron, nice and hot. And if I bring that this way.
We've got this temporary iron, and it's one of those that if you don't use it, it switches itself off.
Oh, OK.
There we go, we're all right.
Wake up. OK, so we need to be pushing that red facing onto the wrong side of the fabric.
Yeah.
So to make that easier, I'm pushing the red onto the main fabric.
Yeah, right. So I'll just pop that down there. That's
Thank you, darling. OK. So you're pushing the raw edges onto the main fabric. I'm doing that first. Be careful not to... oh, hello.
Hello.
Let's turn the steam off. Getting a facial.
I'll try to do a back massage at the same time.
Yes, please, John.
I think you're in a spa.
Yeah. Oh, I could do with the spa.
Oh.
OK, so that's super quick. Right, so once you've done that, you're folding back your fabric along with the raw edge, so I'm going to need that again.
Trying to be all health and safety conscious.
So you've done half the work already.
Yeah.
So it's always worth reading your instructions, because if you can find ways of making things easier for you, otherwise what's going to happen is once you've attached that facing, you're going to have to try and press under your 1.5 seam allowance. So do it ahead of time, and then you know that you're one step ahead all the time.
I will be going over to the bundles as soon as Jennifer's pressed this, but there's only 4 of the Pussycat ones left. Just so you know, of the bundles.
There you go.
Right. Have you finished with it now for the time being?
I have finished with it. So do you want me to park that, or do you want me to carry on a little bit?
No, we're going to stop right there, because I've got a message saying, tell Hannah that if you put your knickers on inside out, it means good luck.
Yay!
Lots of Angela in Berkshire. There you go. Right, don't do anything.
I'm not going to do anything.
I'm going to go through the bundles because they're selling very fast.
Okay.
And then I'll come back.
Okay.
So we won't. You have a little rest.
See you in a bit.
Right, the Pussycat Bundle. There's only 4 left. There's only 4 of these left. So you get a metre of the Pussycat, a half a metre of the Christmas red, the thread, and the 3 now. There's 3 now. Oh, 1 now. 1 now. Be quick, be quick, be quick. There's 1 left. There's 1 left available. Right, so that's that one. Then the threads one that's made the apron behind Jennifer. So you get a metre of the threads fabric. You get half a metre of the linear red. Now, just so you know, you see underneath there, that's the linear print. It's got a sort of texture to it. Thread, biscuit thread, and the instructions, £19.95. Oh, now I've got an email from Rose. Oh, she runs a knitting group and she's going to make one to wear while she's doing her knitting group. Oh, nice.
Make extra big pockets for your needles.
What am I knitting? I'm knitting some socks. Because when you can knit well, you can watch the telly and knit at the same time. Anyway. No. Here we go. Here's the blue and beige, or the blue and latte bundle. That gorge, I love that fabric. So you get a metre of the blue fabric, half a metre of the latte. You get the thread and the instructions. There you go. £18.45. And then last but not least, got this beautiful, beautiful Kaffe fabric here. Now, as I said, if you didn't watch the beginning, this is much, much lighter weight. This is more of a drapey fabric. So you get a metre of this. You get half a metre of the cornflower blue. You get the thread and the instructions. £19.95. That's beautiful, isn't it? I love that Kaffe fabric. Okay. So guess what? I can do some of the fabric, not all of them. Oh, right. I can't do the Kaffe by the half metre. I can do the others, but I've got another one to introduce to you as well. So we'll start with the threads, yeah? So this is sold by the half metre. In fact, this is half a metre, look. That's what you get there for your £5.95. It's cute, isn't it? You could use that for so many different things, couldn't you? In your workroom. They're lovely. They're just kind of drawn. Do you know what? I was about to say it doesn't have a direction, but it kind of does. Because if you do it this way, all of the... it has got a direction, this fabric. Look at the thread. Look at the reels of thread. They're all sitting upwards with the hole on the top, look. No, but the one standing up, all of them have got the hole at the top. Anyway, so it has good direction. £5.95 by the half metre, that one. Then I've got the blue flowers, which I absolutely love. Now, I've got more than half a metre here, but just to show you the actual fabric. Very limited, this one. Very, very... Oh, I love this. £5.95 for half a metre. Very, very limited. That one's going to sell. If you want that, you need to come in straight away by the half metre. Right? Then I've got the Pussycats in red. Let me just fold that one up. Put that one there. Pussycats in red by the half metre. This is lovely. Right, now this is obviously a metre. £3.55. £3.55 for half a metre. How cute is that? Think of all the things. Cats on a line in cream. £3.55 for half a metre. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? £3.55 for half a metre. They're on a line. Look, cat's on a line, Hannah. Cat's on a line. Could be at the top of the fence. Or the roof, not your roof. If it was Hannah's roof, it'd have to be a bit like that. They'd all slide off the end if it was Hannah's house. Right, then, you've not seen this fabric, and I think this is gorgeous. It's the Pussycat fabric, but in a different colourway. It's like a coffee colour, coffee mocha colour, isn't it? Oh, that's nice. $3.55. They've called it beige. I'd say it was more of a mocha than a beige. Oh, I think that's lovely. It's a bit more subtle, isn't it? If you made a blouse out of that, it's going to look from a distance like a lovely mottled blouse, and people get close and they see you've got pussycats. $3.55, that one. It's lovely. So you can buy those by the half metre as well if you want to. The blue one's about to sell out. The blue flower one's about to sell out. I did say it was limited, but the other three are available. OK, let's put that one back together. And I can't do the Kaffe half metre, I'm afraid. Right, back to Jenniffer. Back to the apron.
Back.
Right. Have you finished this iron, or is it here for a reason?
You can pop it down, but I will need it back in a sec.
Right.
OK, so then we've done the facing. We've already pressed it to our main fabric. So now it's about just doing some... one, you need to stitch it down, but also decorative stitching. OK. So if you're not very good, it's your beginner apron, then I would suggest that you have this side facing you when you do this next stitch.
Right.
Because what we're going to do is attach our facing... to our main fabric,
right.
But you want a nice straight line, don't we?
And you're saying doing it from that side because...
Because you can see what you're doing, whereas if you do it from here, you can't really see where your facing is. OK, so have your facing facing you. That's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Yes, Jake, I'll use this. There's a little bit of damp where the steam is, and I do want to go on the
there's some tissue underneath the desk.
The what?
There's tissue underneath the desk.
Oh, is there? Mm-hmm. You mean toilet roll?
Yes. Yes. So, because I've got the facing facing me, that's a mouthful, I can see what I'm doing. So, again, I'm using where the clear part of the foot hits the metal part of the foot as my seam allowance. And, again, that's roughly around 2/8 of an inch. But this way you can guarantee then that you've got a nice straight edge. Yeah. So, especially if you're going to be using a contrasting thread, you're going to see it on that side. So I'm using a white one here, but I think this comes with a red thread in the bundle,
That
doesn't
one does come with the red thread.
So you really need to watch what you're doing. So that's why I'm doing it the other side. So if you're a dab hands, then obviously go with the other side. But this way. So I'm going straight down. Yeah.
Is there a top stitching line across the top of it as well?
There is a top stitching line on the top, but again, that's kind of optional because I've already, basted my... handles, not handles, are they? They're straps already, and then I've gone ahead and attached my face. So there already is 2 lines of stitching. So if you wanted to, you could go with another line of stitching in the top. So that's 3 lines of stitching.
If you're doing contrast stitching, if you're doing the red, it'd look quite nice if they're both done.
With the parallel stitching. So I will go across there, but what you need to be careful here, guys, obviously you've got these straps, so make sure that they are away from where you're that you're stitching, because we really don't want to be attaching it anywhere else than where they are at the moment.
Right, the cat's bundle in the red has sold out. OK, so what it is now, the graphics-wise, in the big graphic, you'll see the threads fabric that Jennifer's made this one out of in a bundle, and then the one going across the bottom here will actually be that fabric, the red cat fabric, by the half metre. And if you wanted the blue flowers by the half metre, sold out. Sold out, so it's only available in the bundle now.
Right.
Right.
Brilliant. So we've got our nice line of stitching there. So again, if this is in the red fabric, that looked lovely with the red thread.
See, what I do is I do red thread there, but I do what you've done and do like a beige or a sandy coloured thread there, so they're contrasting again the other way around.
And that's what it looks like on the other side, just so you can see. OK? So this way you know you've got that nice parallel stitching. Yes. OK, you're not going to go off on that. Right, so that's done. So in essence, your apron is finished now, but obviously you've got our raw edges that we need to be doing something with.
And a pocket. Got a pocket.
Oh, and a pocket, and a pocket. OK, so going back to this section here, remember we did 3 centimetres away from our raw edge?
Yeah.
OK, and the reason being is because we're going to be doing a double hem.
Right.
So what I like to do is do the 3 centimetre fold straight away.
And you've ironed it.
And I've already gone ahead and pressed that one side already. Because once you've got that line in place, all you then need to do is bring this to that line.
Hang on, we'll just come to you.
Oh, I'll wait for you.
Right, there you go.
So if I just bring it back over. There's off my 3 centimetre.
Yeah.
But then if you fold it back, then you can bring that raw edge to that crease line to give you the half of that, which is 1.5.
Yeah.
So then that way you know you're all nice and equal, OK? So you're going to do a double hem here, this side.
Yeah.
You're going to do a double hem on that side. So I've just done the 3 centimetre there, so I need the iron out in a second.
Right.
And then also, again, at the bottom.
Right.
So if I do that super quick, shall I bring that over here, or...? Go. Wunderbar.
It's flashing, which means it's switched off. There you go. This is the iron from the main office thing. It just gets left on, and what happens? One of those that if you don't use it, it just stops working.
That's
which
good.
is, safety reasons.
I keep leaving my iron on in my she shed, which is very naughty.
The thing is, when I worked in theatre, you'd get in the morning, and the iron would go on, and then it wouldn't go off until you all went home after the show at night time. So it was on like 18 hours a day, sort of thing.
I mean, it's really good that it does go off, but that would drive me insane.
Oh no, it would if you're constantly using it.
This on-off would drive me absolutely
insane. But it's
insane.
a safety measure, good for if you're at home. If you do, because I do that, I iron a shirt, then go downstairs and then forget
come
the
back up again.
on upstairs.
Okay, so I've pressed over my double hem on this on one side, but what I want to do, I would clip this section, otherwise it's quite bulky in that top area.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see we've got 2 lines there. You've got my first line there and then my second line there. So there's the first hem, there's the double hem.
Yeah.
So I would clip the first section. So it's 1.5 in, and then I'm just going to do like that. Does that make sense? So it's half of the seam allowance. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm folding that back... Oh, I've done a bit too much, actually. That was a bit stupid of me.
Oh, what?
I didn't mean to cut 1.5.
What do you mean to cut?
Less than that. So don't do what I've just done at home.
OK.
So you've got your...
No, it's good.
That was such a silly thing to do.
Do it on the other side, then.
Right,
Shows what we should do.
Right, so you've got our first fold line, which is 1.5. Then we've got our second fold line, which is 3 centimetres.
Yes.
What I did is cut exactly 1.5, and that's not what I wanted to do.
OK.
At all. So what I wanted to do is cut into the 1.5 halfway.
Right.
Like so.
Right.
So then when I fold it over, I've got a little bit...
Of turn.
A little bit of turn, and then I've got my full turn. But what I did on this side...
That was
very
correct.
stupid.
This is incorrect.
I've cut on the 1.5.
Yep.
So when I fold it over, I've got this horrible raw edge now, which is really going to annoy me.
So you've ruined
I've ruined it. I've absolutely ruined it. So don't do that at home. That was me not paying attention.
The only way you could, if you do that at home, the only way you could then compensate is make a binding, and you could then bind the edge of it. Which
alternatively, reduce your seam allowance slightly by go 1 centimetre, so then you've got enough.
But then do that all the way
You've
around.
got to do it all the way around.
Because otherwise you'll have 1.5, and then 1 centimetre.
That's correct. OK, so the last thing we're going to do is the bottom part, because again, I want to show you how to do the clipping.
Yep.
She says as I've just made a mess of that one. So I'm doing my 3 centimetre first, folding back to that line to give me my 1.5. And make sure you press into the corner, because what we're going to do now, if I just open this out, you can see that we've got a series of squares.
Yes.
So we've got 1 square, 2 square, and then there'll be 3 square, and then finally 4 squares.
Yeah.
Can you see that roughly?
Where you folded it, you can't really see it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Can you see that now?
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one, right, OK. So it's the 2 squares.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
I'm going to be heckling, aren't I?
You are going to be heckling.
Every time she does, are you sure?
So I'm going to go with the tip of where the 2 squares are. OK, so it's this side, not that side.
Yeah.
OK? And I am going to cut. Oh, you're making me nervous now. OK?
Yeah.
So I'm folding that once.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to fold the sides first, and then I'm going to fold the bottom piece. So then that gives me a nice, clean edge on the bottom. OK, so what we're then going to do is top stitch all the way down and then come all the way across the bottom. So all the way down the side and then across the bottom. So then if you want to do a quick hand finish in there, you can do if you want. Yeah. But I'm going to be catching it this side of the hem, not that side. Yeah. Okay? So I'm going to do that now.
Okay, now, just so you know, the bundles with the red cats are sold out, but you can buy the fabric by the half metre. The bundle with the threads in behind me here, how many are left, Hannah? Oh, 10. There's only 10 of those left now. The bundle with threads, but you can also update it. So the bundle to make that apron, there's of $19.95. There's only 10 left, but obviously there's the fabric is available by the half metre as well.
Cool. So I'm just going to go around that one corner, just so you can see the finish. That's all, and then we'll crack on with our pockets. So again, if you're less confident, then have the hem facing you, but it's a 1.5 seam allowance, and you know that's correct because you've done all your pressing ahead of time. So you can sew this with the right side facing you, okay, if you're a bit more confident. But again, if you're a beginner, then just flip it over. Okay, so we're coming towards the tip of our apron now, so this is where you need to take it nice and steady. I'm going to do one more. There we go. Right, I'm going to leave it there.
Got 8 minutes left with you, Jenniffer.
That's fine. So what's that giving you now is a really nice, clean, sharp edge on the bottom of your apron there. Yeah. And then all you just need to do is then just quickly hand tack that section there, just so it's nice and loose. But it's that little stitching there that we're looking for.
Or what you could do, I suppose, if you didn't want hand stitch, is do another line of top stitching right on the edge.
That's another option.
You've got two there, and then you'd have two going around the hem.
That would work as well. That looked really nice, actually.
As well as catching, as well as decorative, it would then catch in.
It would also catch the bottom part of your corner. So again, it's really optional as to what you want to do. But again, that would look really nice, John, actually. And also, because you're doing that double layer of stitching, it would really give some nice structure to your apron.
And also, an apron like this can be thrown in the washing machine every time you use it, sort of thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Bonada, says Lynette, that's hello in Welsh. Your show, Bonada, love your show. I am new to the show and very impressed. Lots of love from Lynn in Wales. Those question marks are smiley faces on her phone.
Question mark, question mark.
Because I couldn't figure out, when the first time it came through, I was like, what's all that about? But your smiley faces come through as question marks on my thing. She's from Wales, Bonada.
Ah, Bonada.
Shwmai.
Oh, look at you.
Diolch. Anyway.
Right, OK, so there's our
pocket,
apron.
Please. I don't know what the Welsh is for pocket, so I can't impress anymore.
OK, so we've got our pocket here. So again, there's measurements in the instructions for a really nice deep pocket. But again, it's your pocket, can make it as big or as small as you like. So the lady that's doing the one for her knitting, I would go with a really thin, slither one, so she can just pop a needle in.
Get you.
OK. Yeah. So I'm going to show you a quick tip for your pocket. So what we're going to do, we're going to fold over a seam allowance.
Is this the full size of the pocket? You've just done a plain red one because you've done a patch one on that one, haven't you?
I've downsized this one because it's a smaller
just
apron.
into one colour.
One colour, yeah. So again, because you've got plenty of.
I'm thinking, God, that's going to be huge if you got 3 of those next to each other.
No. Yeah. No, so I'm just doing it as a single solid coloured patch, but on my sample, like you're right, I pieced pieces together to give it a bit more interest. Yeah. So we've got a big piece of fabric there. So I'm going to be folding over what would be 1 1/4 inch first, and then you can see that I've also then folded back a 1/4 inch. Yep. OK, so there's 2 folds on there. So if I turn it to the side, you can see what I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see that?
Got that.
Brilliant. OK, so this is the right side of the fabric.
Right.
OK, so you're folding this onto the right side and then folding it back on itself. Yeah. OK, it's very difficult to see this, obviously, because the fabric's the same both sides, but remember, this is the right side is facing you. And then what we're going to then do is just stitch either side of the pocket. Yes. OK. So again, we're going to go with a 1.5 seam allowance, just to keep it consistent with the rest of the make. So that's that bit done. And then I'm going to just do the other side now. OK. So we've got our hem at the top of our pocket all secured in place now. So what you need to do is just turn this. So I've just got my fingers in there. I don't want to actually cut these because I want to make it nice and sharp. Where normally we like to clip in corners, don't we? But because this is a right corner, we don't need to clip. So I'm just going to flip that under.
Oh, you want that back out? Just put it
I do. Okay. So because of that fabric in there, it's giving me a really nice sharp corner, but it's also going to give me something more to stitch on when I put it onto my apron.
That's the bit that takes
so you've got
pressure,
a lot of there's a lot of pressure in there where your hand's going in and out of your pockets. So I've not clipped it, but it's actually almost you notice I didn't interface the top of that either. So it's just giving me that structure in that corner, which is what I'm really interested in, and it's giving me a nice point as well. So that's a nice tip for you if you want to have nice sharp corners on the tops of your pockets.
Right.
And again, you might just want to... You shouldn't... To be fair, you shouldn't need Derek the Dobber to make your pockets nice and sharp with this technique. Yeah. But normally we like to press it out. So there you go. There's the top of the pocket.
Right.
All done. OK, so you can see you've got nice sharp corners there. So then what you would need to do is run a line of top stitching on there to keep that facing down. So I'm going to do that ahead of time now.
Yeah.
And again, if you're not so confident, don't be afraid just to have that wrong side facing you. I'm going to do it this way for speed.
Oh, now, I need to tell you that the red cat fabric, more than half the stock's been sold. More than half the stock's gone already. And the which one? And the beige one too. And the beige one too.
And the beige one too. You're liking the fabrics today, aren't we, guys? OK, so now it's about sorting out our raw edges of our pocket.
Yes.
OK, so it's a 1.5 seam allowance that you need to press under. But again, if you're not so confident, then what I would suggest doing is going around with your sewing machine, sewing in a line of stitching to the 1.5 using your sewing machine, and then you can use that line to fold back. Yes. So just make it easier for you. But I'm going to do it by eye instead. So again, don't worry about the way the colour's differing here. It's just the heat of the iron. OK, so that you can see that's disappearing as we speak. So don't panic about that when you get home. Going,
my shirts, lots of my shirts do that. You're ironing them and you think, oh, my word.
Oh, my word. No, it's just the heat of the heat of the iron, sorry, not the fabric. There you go. So we've pressed our raw edges in. OK, so if you want to clip those, you can do. But basically what we're going to then do is stitch our pocket onto our apron. So I'm going to move that out of the way, John.
OK.
Burn yourself. OK, so a tip with the pocket, so you might want to pop your apron on and then physically just go, where do I put my hands? Yes. Now, I have my hands quite low, which is why it's quite low. Is that
because your arms are long?
I've got quite long.
OK.
And I just, slouchy.
Yeah.
But also when you're sitting down at your desk, depending on what you're doing, you don't want your pocket with bits in, like being in that place. You want it to be on your leg.
In fact, if you can do a lot of sitting down, it might be better to have a pocket higher up, so you've got your things there ready to... Anyway.
Absolutely. And again, it's just about how you want to position. You see, I've done mine on a bit of a wonky angle, but again, it's because it's a jaunty. Wonky. But 9 times out of 10, the pocket is parallel to where the front parts of your straps are. So this is where your head would go in this section here. That's the head. These are where your arms would go. So as it runs down the body, it's roughly around there.
Yeah.
OK, so if you're making it for somebody and you haven't got them to hand and it wants to be a surprise, then I would use these parts as your kind of reference point. And again, it's just about positioning, is it? So you could go with a nice straight pocket if you wanted to, or just make it a slight angle.
When Jay got the apron off you earlier and brought it through to the studio, he messaged Hannah and he went, Hannah, she's not put the pocket on straight.
Did you?
Because Jay's an expert, you see, in dressmaking, isn't he?
I like a jaunty pocket.
Yeah,
you can have 2 pockets if you want, or we could make it so it goes in the top there as well.
Well, that makes it like a painter's apron almost, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So I think I might go with that, actually. That's quite cute, isn't it? So I'm going to pop that there. And hopefully I'm going to give time just to show you the quick tip in the top corner.
Oh, yes, you've got about... How many? 1 minute.
I can do that.
I can do that.
So I'm just going to put one more pin in here. OK. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start on the line here, and we're going to sew up towards that corner. Sorry, away from the corner, then towards the corner.
Right,
OK, so it's not...
So we're not doing a box, we're doing like a triangle.
Like a triangle-y thing, that's right, So I'm going to go in this side, lift my foot up. OK, so I'm going to start on the line. So you might want to manually turn the handle down so you bring in your needle to your fabric first, and then that way you can ensure that you've got the correct position. I'm just going to use the foot as my guide. I'm going to sew towards the top of my pocket. Again, use the handle rather than using your machine, unless you really know your machine really well and how far you can push it. Then I'm going to come back down my pocket.
Okay.
Is that coming out the back now?
Yes, have a quick look so you can see, because we have to finish now. But there you go, there's the triangle.
There's a little
at the top
triangle.
there.
That just gives you a little bit more structure. So again, we're sewing into those multiple layers of fabric, and that little triangle just gives you that.
Perfect. You're back in and out doing purses, aren't you?
See you in a bit.
Come with me, come with me, come with me to do the fabrics.
Quick.
Right. Less than 10 of these. This is the threads bundle. Less than 10 of these now. That's 19.95. You get a metre of the threads, half a metre of the linear red, the thread and the instructions, 19.95. The blue flower, the only way you can now buy this, because it's sold out in the half metre, is buying it by the... Now, if you buy 2 bundles, you don't get 2 metres joined together, just so you know, because the bundle's already cut. You get a metre of the blue, half metre of the latte, the biscuit thread, and the instructions for £18.45. Last bundle is the Kaffe Fassett bundle. You get a metre of the Kaffe floral, half a metre of the cornflower, the thread, the orange thread, and the instructions for £19.95. And then very quickly, the fabrics by the half metre. We've got the threads by the half metre. It's nice, isn't it? 44 inches wide. Machine washable, £5.95. And then I think the absolute bargain and popular one of the day, we've got the red Pussycats on cream. Very limited, £3.55 for half metre. Less than 5 metres left of that, less than 5 metres left. And very quickly before I go, love this one. This is a mocha colour, they call it beige, I think. Over half of that stock's gone as well. If you want that, £3.55 for half a metre. Right, don't go anywhere. I'm back with Premier Fabric straight after this. See you in 3 from now.
Follow us on Pinterest. Search for our Sewing Quarter page and follow us to discover sewing work we create and love.
So I'm going to be showing you how to do a hem stitch. Now, a hem stitch is just a row of small slanting stitches that are used to secure your hem. So in this case, I'm pretending that this is going to be the bottom of a trouser leg. I'm first going to take my needle through the single hem. I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail before I place that back down. So then I'm going to do a double stitch. Now, this is just where you sew over the same area twice, so you're creating a knot. So that's 1, 2. So that's securing my thread now. And now we can begin doing our hem stitch. So you're going to need to bring your needle in at a diagonal. So you want to pick up a few stitches from what would be the trouser leg before then going into your hem. So you can make this stitch a little bit bigger. And then repeating that process again at a diagonal. I'm going to be picking up a few stitches of the trouser leg, and then we can pick up more of the single hem. So I'm making these stitches super big so you can see what I'm doing, but when you do this at home you'd want to make these a little bit closer together. So there's my row of hem stitching, and if I just turn this over, you can see the very small stitches on the other side. So if you're doing this in a normal thread and not a thick thread, you won't be able to see those at all.
On Saturday the 23rd of September, Jo Carter joins us for a dazzling quilt making demonstration that'll help you create a masterpiece in just one weekend. This stunning Kaffe Fassett quilt is surprisingly easy to make and is ideal for beginners or experienced quilters looking for a quick project. You'll make massive savings on this kit, which contains so much gorgeous Fassett fabric that you'll have plenty left over for other projects. With that in mind, the kit comes with a free copy of Kaffe's brilliant little patchwork cushions and pillows, which is packed with ideas and inspiration. So give your home an injection of colour this autumn and create a future family heirloom that'll be cherished for generations. That's Saturday the 23rd of September at 9 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78.
That show with Joe, that's with Derek. Derek's doing Friday and Saturday. So he's being the presenter on Friday and Saturday this week because obviously Natasha's away doing Sewing Bee. I'm going to the Sewing Bee on Friday, having Saturday as my one day off, and then I'm back in on Sunday and Monday. So you've got Derek on Friday and Saturday. So that show with Joe, with all that Kaffe, will be on with Derek as well. Anyway, I've got some gorgeous fabrics for you coming up now. Remember, if you've got any questions, now, especially with these, when I'm doing bundles and fabrics together, if you've got any requests of seeing different colours with the different fabrics, just message them in, web chat them in or email them in, because we'll be able to mix and match them. So I'll start off with 3 rather gorgeous bundles here before we see the actual premiere fabrics. I've got this one, which is the green. I've got citrus, grass, lemon, pistachio and sherbet. Love this bundle. There you go. Half a metre of each, 2.5 metres in total, £15.95. It's called Jardin because we're doing the Jardin flower range. So they've called this the Jardin green fabric bundle. Love those colours together. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Really, really lovely. Now, as usual, I'm going to rush through and then we'll come back and we'll talk in detail. So that was Jardin green. This is Jardin blue. Ooh, it's gone very cold suddenly, isn't it? Jardin blue. I'm surprised Jay hasn't got the heating on. This is nice. So you get pearl, azure, marine, teal and vintage in there. They're lovely as well, aren't they? Now, if Hannah was here, she'd put an optical white in there as well, like we did the other day, but I haven't got an optical white. But you might not need an optical white when you see some of the fabrics I'm mixing and matching with these. Because you see, Hannah dreams that her house, which is in a village in Birmingham, she dreams that she sits in her bay window and she can see the crashing waves of the sea outside her window. Or she says she can see trees. Right. Now, this is, have they called this one pink? Oh, it is called pink. I wouldn't say it was, well, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But is it really pink? You get nude, coral, then flamingo, pastel pink and vintage pink. Which one's nude? Because I'm that colour nude at the moment. Jay's kind of that colour nude. Hannah's this kind of colour. Because you're like an English rose. She's not actually like that. She's more like optical white, but there you go. Right, so would you like to see some new fabrics? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 brand new fabrics to show you now. Here we go. These are lovely. Now they're very fresh. Now they're a bit spring-like, aren't they? So if you're going into the autumn and you want to remind yourself of spring, then these would be perfect, wouldn't they? This is called Pink Flower, right? Apricot. I think it's gorgeous. I love this. Now, you see, I'm seeing fashion straight away, right? Hannah's going home interiors. Dashwood Studio, Jardin Pink Flower fabric, that's called, £6.50 for half a metre. 100% cotton, machine washable. I think that's lovely. Can I just hold that one up very quickly? You think, no, I think fashion. Hannah's seeing wicker chairs, cushions for wicker chairs, and I'm seeing fashion. Love it. Right, OK, moving on. That's the first one of 8. I think that's lovely. That's a really gorgeous... The background is such a beautiful colour. It's like a very, very pale coral or apricot colour. Moving on to the next one, which I think you should put with the blue bundle, because this would be the crest of the wave. Now, from a distance, you can't really see it's very, very subtle. Look. Jardin Anglais. Oh, English Garden, I think it's called then. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is Jardin Anglais. It's by Pinafore for Dashwood. It's got 5 different colours in it, and it's called Cream Grass. Right. I don't quite know why, because I love it, though. I'd say the background was ivory or white almost, rather than cream. Anyway, I love it. I love the subtle... Look, isn't that beautiful? The subtlety of that is just lovely. OK, what are you seeing, Hannah? Are you seeing fashion or furnishings? Oh, OK, a garden. She's thinking gardens. Pollen. Pollen that she's allergic to. That's a lovely thought, Hannah. Thank you for that. Number 2. Right, now, this is lovely. This is like somebody's taken a coloured pencil, and just doodled the most fabulous flowers. Now, again, it's a very subtle fabric. What I'm showing you here is a metre. Obviously, the price $6.50 is for half a metre. Oh, you see, that's lovely. Don't know, I'm looking over there. Look. See what I mean? Somebody's drawn those, haven't they? Well, Pippa Shaw drew them. Or she got them off a computer. Very, very, very subtle, that one, isn't it? Anna's thinking patchwork throw at the end of your bed for that one. As a blender, I'd say, almost. It's very, very relaxing. Oh, now Ginger Mike's gone blouse. That's just what he's wearing, nothing to do with the fabric. Gone blouse. That's nice. That's really, really subtle, that one. So no good for you, Lorraine. She's not subtle at all, girl. Right. Now, this is gorgeous. We need to decide... What's it called, this one? Oh, you don't know, you haven't seen it yet. Well, it's the one that you said was Olive Birds, this is called. Not that... It's a very, very subtle olive background. Now, there's a collection called the Altitude Collection, and they have these kind of birds in the Altitude Collection as well. They are going very fast, aren't they? Or are they swimming? I think they're swimming. Well, I have to say, I think they look like Daenerys' dragons, if you watch Game of Thrones. Jardin olive birds. Now, the background on your telly might be looking grey. It's not grey. It's a very, very, very pale olive green. It does look grey on my telly here, so I'll just... Oh, it looks green there. It looks green from a distance. But on that close shot, there, it looks grey again now. Yes, now, if you go to Hannah's mum's house, she's got this... They've got a new house, and they've got that colour a lot in their new house. It's nice. So you could get some of that for your mum to make her something. No, because if your mum made a dress as this, we wouldn't be able to find her, would we, in her house? We'd just be able to hear her. No. Yeah, your dad would enjoy it, but he'd still be able to hear her, though. That's the problem. I'm only messing. Right. Now, this one's quite dramatic, this one. But it's not called what you think it's going to be called. Well, you can't guess because the graphics will come in. I love the background colour, petrol blue. Look. It's called blue. Oh, I can see it now. No, I can see it now. I can see it now. I couldn't see it. You see, I can see it on the telly. I can't see it in real life. Isn't that weird? That's worrying, isn't it? Gorgeous petrol blue colour. You've got black in there. And then you've got a pink in there and a grey. When it says black on the colour things on the side, on the sides where you get what colours you've got, it does look like very, very dark navy, but it's a black, There is dark navy as well. Black, dark navy, the petrol blue. Then there's a pink and a peach and a grey in there. Oh, that's fashion. That's definitely fashion. Darling. Definitely something to do with clothing, that one. Oh, yes. You know I'm always going on about a 50s tea dress. Well, Teresa sent in a picture. I'll show it to you in a minute, Teresa, when I've just finished. I've only got 3 fabrics left to show you. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is nice. I can't remember what this reminds me. This takes me back to school for some reason. At first I thought it was DNA, but that's not what it is. I don't know. I've never watched the Harry Potter film. What is it? What's it remind me of? They've called it green all over. Green all over. Splash it all over. Oh, now look at the background. The background's gorgeous. It's like that, just lots of little squares. Oh, I like that. I love that one. I think I might get some of that for Hannah. I think she loves this one. But what's it remind me of? I don't know what it's reminding me of. Jardin Anglaise. Swimming pool. Yeah, like a swimming pool. Mike, have you had a few days off, Michael? You? Oh, he's tired. That's why he's getting artistic. He's coming up with all these arty ideas. Thought he had a few days off. Right, last 2. Hannah's favourite first. 50s tea dress. That's all I'm saying. Jumpsuit. Lovely, isn't it? This is the small flowers, Jardin small flowers. Isn't that lovely? Daffodils. Let me just put it down on the table because I want to show you the size of the print of this one. Look. Oh, do you know what it's like lying in I'm thinking of the meadows in Chester now. Lying in a meadow on a sunny day. That's what it's reminding me of, this one. We used to do it all the time when we were kids. I haven't lived in Chester for... Oh, how old am I? Well, no, Chester's where I grew up, isn't it? That's where my parents' house was. Oh, I love that. This is Hannah's favourite as well. Small flowers by the half metre. It does, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're lying there with your hand in the grass. Just me on my own. No one there with me. But in the meadows, it's where we used to have to do our cross-country running when we were at school as well. Not that we stopped to lie in the grass, but we used to go there at the weekends, down at Queen's Park, where I went to school. Down by the suspension bridge, across the bridge. Right, this is my favourite. This is my absolute favourite. I love this one. They're like petunias, aren't they? Look. Isn't it lovely? I'm just going to put it on the desk for you. This is a metre, obviously. Well, let me put it the right way up. This is a metre, obviously. I think that's fabulous. Sea urchins, petunias. I don't know, it's just lovely, isn't it? I love it. All the different colours in there. You've got there's 14 colours in there. No, it doesn't look anything like a grapefruit. Michael, your artistic bent has gone awry. £6.50 for half metre. I love that. I'm just going to hold it up again. You know, I'd make, you see, if that Italian designer made out a blouse out of that, we'd all be I'd make a pussy bow tie blouse. That's what I'd make out of that. Right, or a 50s tea dress. Talking of which, Therese has sent in a picture. Is it Therese or Teresa? Teresa sent in a picture. Oh, look. Oh, that fabric. And she's made a matching clutch bag as well. Oh, that's nice. Is that the Cloth Kits one? Oh, Teresa, you look lovely. She loves sewing quarter, and we love that dress. Is that the I was just about to say to Mike, just zoom in on it a bit. Can't do that. It's a photo. It's lovely. Really, really lovely, Teresa. You look fabulous. Right. Now, not our Lorraine, not crazy Lorraine. There's messaging. Yeah, and I said, what does this remind me of? Oh, yeah, dots with finger painting, yeah. We did a snail trail block, didn't we, the other day? Now, I have to say, well, did you know? Oh, now, who was it that mentioned? Rula Lenska, right? Rula Lenska, last night, she's on a new shopping channel, right? Selling gardening things. And she had all these facts about slugs and snails. And she said something like, only like 5% of slugs that you ever see on the land. No, all the slugs you see on the land are only like 5% of the actual slugs that live in your garden. And she said something like, that means in an average garden, there are 50,000 slugs in your garden. I suddenly went, oh. When I come home at night, where I used to work before, I used to work the nights, and I'd get home, and I'd go to open my back door, and there'd all be slugs and snails climbing up my back door like that. Now, I think one of them's got into the house, because there's this trail going from the back door to the fridge, and then to the door that was shut into the rest of the house. So I've got one in my house somewhere as well, I think. Anyway, that's not what this fabric's like. No, I kind of... Yeah, swimming pool with the tiles on the bottom. Yeah, make a bigger splash. David Hockney. So you've got the tiles on the bottom of the swimming pool, and then these are the reflection of light. It's nice. Well done, Michael. It's just saying summer frock to me, that. Yeah, well done, David Hockney. My friend Carol, who's the costume supervisor at the National Theatre, she did some shows with David Hockney. She said he's adorable. Oh, she spends all time with him now. She goes and stays with him in LA now. So, where should we start? With the mixing and matching time? Right. Okay, well, we'll just do my normal, you know, let's have a look at the main fabric and put the fabric bundles with it. So this is the most popular one so far. They call it pink flowers, I think, this one, isn't it? It's not pink. It's like an apricot-y colour. I love it, with the sprigs. They're a bit, these aren't snowdrops. These are the ones that grow on a very tall, I've got them in my garden, a very tall stalk, and then they, like a firework bursting at the top of the stalk. That's nice. So anyway, I wouldn't put the blue bundle with this. Let's have a look at the green bundle with this one. Oh, look, that's lovely. Morning, John, that larger oh, here we go, it's Paul. It's Paul in Cheshire, not Paul in Nottingham, North Yorkshire, or the other Paul. This is Paul Shirt Paul, who works here. That larger flower print would make us both a gorgeous shirt. They're nasturtiums, he says. This is the one we're talking about, this one. Yeah, hang on, we'll come to that in a minute. Paul's talking about that one. Yeah, wouldn't it, Paul? So we've both... Imagine if we both had the same... When we do a show together, we haven't worked together yet. When we both... Me, you and Jay, if we all have a shirt made out of that, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? But the thing is, Jay found a flowery shirt, and Danny, his girlfriend, went, oh, no, you can't pull that off. You're not John Scott. And he went, I think she loves you more than she loves me. And I went, she's only human, Jay. Right, OK. So this here... Oh, sorry, I've moved, sorry. This here is pink flower. And this here is your green Jardin bundle. I love these together. Really love these together. So the pink flower here, 50.5 metre, is going across the screen there. And then this here is your Jardin. Le Jardin. Oh, there's loads of people messaging about the fabric. Mo says, morning, Jog, the petunia fabric look like morning glories. What the heck are they? Or convolulus. Convolululu. She says she's loving the show. Nice show, love Mo. Right, OK, morning glory flowers. Don't know what they are. And convolulus, I've got no idea what they are. Anyway, let's just put the pink bundle with this one, see if it works. I'm thinking I'm going to have to... What, the convolulu or the morning glory? Oh, yes. The Morning Glory flower is what these look like, apparently. Right. So now, I wouldn't put that one and that one with it, or that one. Or that one. No, I wouldn't buy the pink bundle with that one. Personally, it's my own personal opinion. The green, definitely the green with that one. We love the green bundle. We have to say we love the green bundle. Right, okay, so let's just put that away. That away. So let's go to the next fabric. Oh, I've got other things to do this out. It's not just fabric, isn't it? Oh, I better get a move on, John. Right. This one's the cream grass, I think it's called, this one, isn't it? Let's try the blue bundle with this one. Yep, that works. The Blau bundle. Do what? Nice. They all work so well. That would be the blender, wouldn't it? At $6.50, that is for half a metre. Then you've got your 5 half metres here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. For $15.95. No, Mike has requested green, but I think because it's got the ochre. Actually, we need to... Oh, no, we've got ochre later on today. We just want ochre, don't we? I wonder what Hannah and I are... something in our lives isn't being filled, and the ochre fills it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that works. Not as well as the blue, in my opinion, but that works. So that's the green. You only... this is going to work with everything for Hannah, because she loves this bundle so much. I think it works. Beautiful. So the bundle is $15.95 for 2.5 metres fabric. This cream grass, £6.50 for half a metre. Okay, moving on to the next one. So, now, Paul, are you still watching? Are you going to be at Sewing Bee? I'm sure you must be. What day? Let me know what days you're going to be at Sewing Bee, and then I can tell everyone. The fabric looks... Right, Christine, we're being romantic, saying it looks like nasturtiums or petunias or morning glories or convolululus. Christine says, that fabric looks like the colourblind test we had at school. Christine, where's the romance, Christine? Where's the romance? Right, now this is the lovely subtle one. The blue, try the blue with it. Yes, that works. You see, now, Hannah, that could be the top of your wave. But use that as a trim. You've just got the little lines in there as well. This is the bundle, $15.95. This fabric for $6.50. Binding. Because you see all those lines would be like the waves, wouldn't they? Okay, now what does that one look like with the pink? Oh, yes. Oh, No, those two. Looks lovely with those two. Mike, the cameraman's nodding and shaking his head and nodding. He's got one of those stupid hats on today that make me just want to punch people when I see them wearing them. You know, like David Beckham wore them when they were fashionable, like a great big bit of knitting that goes back on your head like that. I'm sorry, Michael. I just have to say these things. Yes, you wore it, your fault. It's not even cold yet. Right, let's move on to the Daenerys' dragons. Now, this is olive. Now, on the telly, it's got grey look, but in real life, it is a very pale, very, very pale olive. Now, would you put it with the blue? Let me have a look. I think I might put this one with the blue. Oh, can you not see it there? Hang on. So that looks nice, doesn't it? That's the blue bundle there. The Jardin blue, $15.95. That's the olive birds. There's the pattern. See, it looks grey again on that one. The really lovely pale olive colour, that one. Right, OK, let's put that one away. Now moving on to the dark blue flowers. Ooh, now. Controversial now. Which bundle would you pick? I'm going to ask Hannah. Which bundle would you put with this, Hannah? Michael? That. Oh, we're all going to go with it. I'm not going to ask Jay. Hang on, I'm going to get rid of the coral, actually. The pinks. There. That works. That works. That one doesn't. I wouldn't have that one in it. That one works, though. So that's the pink bundle there for $15.95, but you get that one in this as well. This $6.50 for half a metre, the blue flower. I'm just going to put the blue one with it, just have a look to see. Yeah, that's saying to me, school teacher in the 70s, that's saying to me. Or a librarian. Not now, because I know Helen is a librarian. That's Joe's mum, and she's a bit... Now, it's Joe's birthday, isn't it, while she's off? So we've missed Joe's birthday. There's nothing we can do, but we've missed Joe's birthday. Right, here's the swimming pool one. There's the swimming pool one now. Oh. $6.50 for half a metre. Now... Oh, it's called green. It's called green all over. But it doesn't work with the green. I think that's the only one it's going to work with. Makes it more swimming pool-y. Oh, Hannah, you could use this instead of your optical white as your wave tops. She's going to make a quilt with clamshells. That would all fit beautifully. No. Okay. Now I've got the two fabrics left now. My favourite and Hannah's favourite. We'll do Hannah's favourite first. It is gorgeous, I have to say. Did you look up convolulus? The other flower, the morning glory in the convolulu. Right. I love this. Small flowers. Catherine. Oh, now, excuse me, we've got a fight going on in our hands here. Catherine from Stirlingshire in Scotland says, they look like nerines to me. Paul, they're definitely not a nasturtium. Ooh. Fight. I didn't think they looked like nasturtiums either. Obviously, on the Wirral, they have funny nasturtiums, don't they? Oh, the convolulus from the next fabric. Is there an L or not? Look at... someone said it looks like bindweed. Oh, no, it does. It does. The one that grows up railings. Isn't that Deadly Nightshade? Don't really want to say that, though, do we? Look at this with the green bundle. Whoa! Love that. That's lovely, isn't it? Not quite. Oh, this fabric. Yes, sorry. I thought you meant this bundle. So this is the green, which is gorgeous. This is the blue. Gorgeous. Okay, now Mike's desperate to see the pink one with this one. Some of them work. That one's all right. You need a yellow in there as well, don't you? Okay, Paul in Chester, the flower is produced convolulus. Convolulus, that's what I said, isn't it? Convolulus. Anyway, thank you, Paul. But then he says it with a Scouse accent, doesn't he? Oh, Jay! I'll get Jay to say it, then we'll see how it is. Convolulus. Right, on to my fabric with the convolulus, nasturtiums, nerines, morning glory, deadly nightshade, bindweed. Oh, there you go, convolulus is the proper name for the bindweed family. There you go, that's from Susan in Cornwall. Thank you, Susan. Isn't that deadly nightshade, though, bindweed? No, now I can see it. I can see it now, but I can still see petunias. I can see a petunia with that blue one. Oh, where are you? It's nice, isn't it? Beautiful. What is going on? Is there a full moon today? There's something going on. Now, Chrissy, that's very sweet of you. I'll just read. Hello, John. If you're available, do you fancy going on a date? Chrissy, kiss. Chrissy, where are we going? I'm not like this in real life, Chrissy. In real life, I am as miserable as sin, I have to tell you. What did you say? Mike just said, yeah, that's a fact. What did you say? I don't understand that. Why don't you understand, Chrissy? Why wouldn't you want to go on a date with me? Hannah's going, I don't understand what you do. Why have you said that, Chrissy? Why have you said that, she's saying? This is Hannah, who's got a boyfriend, not a boyfriend, who she's upset his best friend's fiancé by inviting herself to the Las Vegas, wedding. And she's going dressed as Elvis. And you wonder why they don't want her there. Anyway, come with me. Oudie coat. I know. Let me explain why I've suddenly got Oudie coat, right? It was supposed to be in the last hour when we did the Pinafores, so you could Oudie coat the Pinafore. But also, in this hour, which is running away with me, I'm also doing some of the most popular items that we sell. But first of all, this Oudie coat is crazily popular. Always sells out when we show it. What it is, it's a waterproof adhesive gel that you can paint onto fabric, and it makes it... Let me show you, right? So this is the crosses fabric here. Now, just by putting a layer of the... this is one layer of Oudie coat here. 2 layers makes it slightly stiffer. 3 layers makes it even more stiff with showerproof and waterproofing on there. I know. Now, what they do say is they say you paint the fabric with it before you make the item. But I've done this with Rebecca Reed, and some of these were made, and then we painted with the Oudie coat, and they work just as well. So, oh, hang on. Where's the plastic sheet? I can't do that without the plastic sheet underneath there. I'll show you the finished thing. I don't want to ruin the cutting board. That's all. So. This has been coated with Oudie coat. This is a bowl of water. Look, you can see the way the water just dribbles off now. Hannah's saying she's going to buy some of the... Which one? Oh, the little flowers. She's going to make wash bags for people's Christmas presents and then Oudie coat them, right? Because, let me just take that off there, because it makes it waterproof, right? I'm just drying it off on that towel. This is lined, right? And the wet hasn't gone through to the lining. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now, what I would do is I would maybe line the inside coat, because you know sometimes when you put your you put your shampoo in and sometimes it leaks, doesn't it? If your shampoo leaks, it's not going to go out all over everything else because it'll be contained within the thing. It is brilliant, thanks, Jane. So, what you do is... now, when Hannah did it at home, she used the carrier bag. I tell you what I used. I used freezer paper. I know it's a bit wasteful, but I used freezer paper. Right. Brush or credit card. Do you use a brush or a credit card, Hannah? You tried to do what? OK, she went to the shop to buy something and she tried to pay with it, but that's another story. Right, all you do is you literally paint it onto the fabric like this. Paint it onto the fabric. Now, you can go onto YouTube and see their infomercials about it, and they put it on with a credit card. But I'll just explain why I like to do the brush, because I think with the brush you can really get into the grain of the fabric. How much is it? Only $14.95. And didn't somebody message in? You get 250 millilitres, I think, in there. Somebody said they did 1.5 meters of fabric with that. But if you can let me know more. Anyway, I would do this. I'd work it, girl. But what they say on the thing is get a credit card, and they use it to then scrape off the excess and put the excess back in the jar like that. Now, what you do is, once you've painted it like that, you leave it for a couple of hours. If you're going to put another coat on, you leave it between an hour and a half, and then you put the next coat on. If you're only going to put one coat on, you make it the next day. You leave it for 24 hours. So it's not a project that you'd eau de coat and make in the same day. And literally, that's it. That's it. That's all you do. You've coated your fabric. And it does, I mean, that's obviously very wet there. And then you just let it dry. You just let it dry, and it turns into, let me show, so I've shown you those, but then all of these, you see, let me just show you. That's just one of our batik fabrics that's got the eau de coat cover. So you get, it does give you a sheen. Now, obviously, where you stitch it, it's not going to be waterproof because there are going to be holes in it, but that's going to be the same with any kind of showerproof fabric, isn't it, really? But let me just show you this one. They're the three different, oops. That's the one with 3 layers. There you go. Do what you're saying? Yeah, we're going on to most popular tools now. We'll go back to the fabric again before the end. Now, this was a very silly thing to do. If you want to wear gloves when you're doing it, please do. Or wash your hands thoroughly afterwards and go on to... Oh, there's more eau de coat in there. I think the towel has got more eau de coat in it than anything. Right, I'm going over... Oh, someone, no name. So I can't go over because Jay's Jay's just banged his leg on the table and he's crying now. Somebody's asked about this quilt. Now, we're not doing the quilt tomorrow, but we are doing a cushion. Tomorrow? Say that again. Oh, wait, sir. I thought we were only doing cushions tomorrow. It's a cushion... Can you check? Because the show's called Cushion Masterclass. Right. OK, we're doing that quilt. This one. OK, there's a bundle for a quilt like this tomorrow. It won't be this one, will it? Because that's Sunshine and Shade. Are we doing Sunshine and Shade tomorrow? I haven't looked at tomorrow yet. All I know is there's an advert going out that we're doing that cushion with Lucy tomorrow, cathedral window cushion. But what Hannah's saying is that there's a quilt in there as well. I haven't looked yet because it's not. I haven't looked at tomorrow's. I've only just got round to looking at today's and tomorrow's. Right, that's in the next hour, just so you know. And right, that's it. Take it. Go on. Thank you. Right, where do I start? These are some of our most popular and tools that you love. Or not just tools, but all sorts of things. I'm going to start with this because I've never shown you this before. Natasha adores this, right? This is it, right? Oh, no, and I'll show you the brand new one in a minute, but I just want to show you this first of all. If you've got a tube of fabric, a rouleau that you want to turn through, then... you need one of these for £7.95. It's got 3 different sizes, you can see, for 3 different size loops. So, this is... Right, let me just show you. Right, Jay's just put another... There you go. So you get 3 pusher-throughers, which are those, technical term, and 3 tubes, right? I'm going to use the fattest one for this. So, if you've got a tube of fabric that you've made, a rouleau, right, all you do... Is it sewn at that end? Yeah. Yeah, it has to be sewn at that end, doesn't it? Hang on. So you push this through here. Now, I've not done this before. You push that through there like that. No. Yeah. Put it in. Drop it down. There you go, like that. Then you get your stick. Push it up through the bottom. I think this is brilliant. Look. You've turned your rouleau through. You've turned the rouleau loop through that quickly. Was it too quick? Shall I do it again? I'll have to do it the other way, though. I'll turn it back through again. Isn't it brilliant, right? So, Hannah said this morning. This was attempt number 3, because the first time was inside out. The second time, it was just rubbish. And this is the third one. So, you're turning a rouleau through. You drop the plastic in. Goes down to the bottom. You push a thing. You push that through there. Through there, and it's done. Isn't that fantastic? I think that is one of the best turn-a-looper thingies I've ever seen. And you get 3 sizes. So if you do a fat one that we've just done, a medium one, or a very skinny one, you get all 3 of those, £7.95. Oh, I love that. I'm going to have that. OK, £7.95. That's most popular. I've never seen that before. Only Natasha said that. I don't know if Amy's had it, but... or Derek, but I just think it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So if you want to see it again, just let me know, and I'll do it again for you. Yeah, I won't keep that in my pocket, because I'll go home with it. I'll get told off. Right. Oh. Premiere. Something we always need. And this is something that... oh, she's taken the blooming scissors with her. Jenniffer Taylor, she had a pair of scissors with a little notch in earlier. These are the Fiskars Scissor Sharpener, £12.95, right? Watch this. So you get your scissors. Yeah. They're good for all your scissors, all your household scissors and everything. You can only use them with right-handed scissors. I'm not pointing at you, Hannah. Right. All you do is you get your thing like this. I'm going to show this. Then you put your blades through there. Now, I'm going to do it this way so you can't see. Right? Oh, you can feel it. Oh, gosh, you can feel that. That's it. First time on air. Premiere. £12.95. Fiskars. It's brilliant. You know, if it's Fiskars, you know it's going to be brilliant, don't you? OK, moving on. So that's that. I'll come back to it if you want, but I'm just worried because I've only got 15 minutes left, haven't I? And I've got all these to go through. Where do I go next? Oh. I wanted to do it, but I wanted hundreds of pins, but never mind. I'll just do it with these few. Oh, dear, I've dropped my pins all over the desk. So clumsy. So clumsy. 3 years of acting, that. Right? Oh, what? No, people do keep their pins as a pin cushion. It's not just for picking them up. People keep their pins on it. But, do you know what? Thinking of... I know we're not meant to talk about Christmas yet, but... Watch, ready? I've got one at home, and I keep my safety pins on it. No, don't mean safety pins. I don't mean safety pins whatsoever. Paper clips, that's what I meant. Paper clips. It's on my desk. Keep my paper clips on there. You can also keep drawing pins on it as well. £4, this is how it comes. £4.45. Oh, stocking filler. Secret Santa. Right, Hannah's mum's next-door neighbour bought one for Hannah's mum last Christmas. Not from us, obviously. We weren't here last Christmas. We were practising, but we hadn't opened. At £4.45. I think they're brilliant. Also, Janice works in the dining room at her house, which has got carpet, and her other half wanders around with his no shoes on. Well, he's at home. He's allowed to, isn't he? And she has to go round the floor like that, and she picks up all the pins at the end of the day. So he's not treading on them all the time. £4.45. Michelle, morning, John. I have that turning set, and it's the best tool ever. Lots of love from Shelley in Lincolnshire. You know, I used to live in Lincolnshire. I used to live in Louth, and I did a very big wedding. I made a wedding dress and did a very big wedding in somewhere called Metheringham. Do you know it? Do you know it, Shelley? Right, so that goes there. It was the vicar's daughter. That's the turner. Where would you like me to go next, then? OK, little things for Christmas. Now, I'm not going to demo this. Eileen's coming back in very soon, and I found her. Hayley and I found her. We discovered... No, we discovered her at the show, the show, what's it called? The Stitches, I think it was called. One of the shows, anyway. She does the brilliant demonstration. I'm not going to take away from it. £5.95. £5.95. OK, moving on. Oh, textile markers. Jay. Might have it. No. These are brilliant. They're double felt tip pens, right? You can draw on any fabric. You can draw on any fabric at all. What you need to do is you need to draw it, colour it in on the fabric. Then you leave it to dry. Then you iron the back of the fabric with a very, very, very hot iron. And then it's fixed. You can then machine wash them. Now, what I love is there are 20 felt pens in there, but in effect, you've got 40, because even though they're the same colour at each end, you've got a fat end and you've got a thin end. So you can do nice fine lines or you can do big fat wodgy bits of it. Now, we sell this fabric. It's only available on the website today. Now, I don't know if it's this pattern. Right, this is what's available on the website there. So you've got page 8 of the pattern fabrics, but don't they change every time you open it? Okay, so there's the floral one I've got here with the white background, the floral with the black background. Is that fishes with the black background? And what's the white one? Oh, that's fish fencing white. They're the only 4 that are available. They're the only 4 that are available at the moment. Right, I'll show you very quickly how it works. Right, now, I wonder if anyone's checked these recently. Last time, you see, the thing is, you don't have to colour in things like this. You can customise T-shirts. If you're like Lorraine, if you're doing a charity walk and you want everyone to know your name, you can colour your name in on your T-shirt. Just make sure you fix it afterwards before you pack. Oh, now, that's a bit of a controversial one, Hannah. Hannah's saying if your child's just going back to school, you could write your names all over their outfits. Yeah, on the label inside, write their name on the label inside. Rather the sewing label, because she hates doing the sewing. I tell you what, sewing those labels in takes forever, doesn't it? There's a lot of them. If you think of every pair of socks. Dad, I'm not going to do it for long because I get a bit hooked and we all get hooked on it then. Brilliant. $12.95, and then the fabric's available on the website. How much was it, sorry, the fabric? It was about, is that $8.95 for half a metre or something like that? Oh, she's got it, okay. And then, say that again? Oh, $8.45 for half a metre, I was a bit off. But the pens, £12.95. You don't have to use that fabric. You can use any cottons, T-shirts, things like that. Absolutely, that's the open packet. Obviously, that's the posh packet there. And then once you fixed it by ironing it, 40 degree goes through the washing machine like anything else. Absolutely brilliant. Next. Oh, I should move that because you don't get that with the ticket. Oh, now this. This is brilliant as well. You'll see this again. I don't think this is supposed to be in now. Yeah. Textile glue, right? Jenny might use it in the next hour making her handbags. But if you've got any fabric to go on fabric, so if you want to decorate a T-shirt or something like that, this is fantastic. So you put it on. What you do is, let me put my gloves on because there's very strict rules. You put it on, spreading sparingly on one side of one of the fabrics and allow to dry for 5 minutes. Don't put it on, don't glue it, just leave it to get tacky. Then you put the 2 pieces of fabric together. You let it dry for 30 minutes and then you iron it and that's it glued. That's it glued, the 2 pieces of fabric glued together. So if you're customising a denim jacket or something like that, how brilliant would this be? £4.95. You can also use it when you see Jenniffer. You don't need to use it in the purse making, but Jenniffer could have that in her purse making hour coming up next. Oh, yeah. Oh, best press. That's best press. No, but I've got the Teflon sheet. This, but I haven't got the one in its packet. Right. This is best press. This is like starch. Now, when I was using starch a lot, it was Robin starch, and it used to get sticky on your ironing board cover and everything. It was a lovely smell. This, now, it does come in different flavours on the website. This is the lavender. We also do linen fresh and no scent. And I tell you what, they're gorgeous. Lavender must be the most popular. That's why we've got it here today. So if you buy lavender here from $4.95, but if you do want linen press or a linen room or flavourless, scentless, then they're available on the website. £4.95. And what I love about it is other starches have those aerosol cans, which are not good for the environment, are they? This is just a pump and press and pump one. £4.95. Right, very quickly. This, I love this. When I first had to do this, right, I was like, oh, pressing cloth, I just use an old tea towel, not realising how brilliant this is. It's a non-stick pressing sheet from Teflon, right? That's a June Taylor. Now, I looked here and went, $15.95 for an 18-inch square. You're having a laugh. I can't tell you, it's brilliant. The amount of people who email us and tell us how brilliant these are. Look, this is it. Right. And now, Hannah's on her screen printing course. They used these last week. you can press heat on this. What I want to say to you is if you're doing Bonder web, if you're doing anything of that adhesive, sticking 2 pieces of fabric together, right? Make a sandwich. I haven't got any fabric over here. Make a sandwich like this and iron, and then, especially if you're putting lace, if you're Bonder webbing lace onto a piece of fabric or anything like that, sometimes the adhesive can come through, can't it? On this, you get the heat, it transfers the heat. If it does leak, you don't ruin your iron, you don't ruin your ironing board cover, you just peel, it goes on here, and when it gets cold, you can just peel it off. These are absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But what I must say, word of warning, they get very hot. So don't press and then touch it, because it does get very, very hot. But they're just fantastic. They are absolutely amazing. £15.95. And everyone that's emailed in has said they've had those for years and years and years and years. And they last and last and last and last. So it's just a little thing to have in your workroom that would be absolutely brilliant. Okay. And then what's next then? Glue pen. These are very, very, very popular. This is the glue pen here. Now, it does, when you open it, it's bright blue, but it dries clear. It dries clear. What you get is you get the pen, which has already got adhesive in it, and you've got a spare one. Now, lots of people use this for English paper piecing, the hexes and everything like that. £5.95. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That's the pen. Now let me just take the top off. You see this one's got blue in it, and you think, oh, gosh, it comes in blue, pink, yellow. There's another colour as well, isn't there? And you think, oh, that's going to mark. It dries clear. It also doesn't go gloopy, so you can machine through it, and the machine needle doesn't get all gloopy on it. Oh, okay. Okay. £5.95. Brilliant. Right, now somebody's asked to see the Oda coat again. Oh, we got a picture from Eileen. She needed a what? Oh, wow. So, what Eileen did, she was going to a steampunk something weekend. She glued some fabric to some shoes and then Oda coated over the top to give them their waterproofy, shiny look. Let's have a look. Oh, wow, it's like decoupage, isn't it, that? Nice idea, that. And here it is, this is the Oda coat. Lots of uses and lots of you coming in for it as well. £14.95. Okay, now, this is brilliant. I can't show this because I've not got a cutting mat here, but I'll show you, it's brilliant. It all comes in a big packet together. This is just the finished article here. Let me just show you how you work this. I'll just put a fabric underneath so you can see. Oh. So what you do is you can either cut a perfect circle or a half circle. And what you do is you get your fabric. I'm not going to cut it, don't worry, everyone's going, not the new fabric. Right, so what you do is, I'm just put it on there so you can see. You match up, if you're doing a full circle, you match up your marks on here, on the fold, and then you can choose between a 2 and a 12-inch circle. Now, they've all got 1/4 inch seam allowance on them, so that's with the seam allowance on it. And you literally, then you get this, which is the blade. It's got a safety... what's that? Top on bottom, on the top on the bottom, whatever. What would you call that? Cover. Now, the blade only engages when you press down, look. You see the blade engages when you press down. Don't do this on a normal table. You need a cutting mat underneath, right? Then what you do is there are 2 nodules on here. You can't really see them. Can you see this? Oh, yeah. 2 nodules on there. You decide what size circle you want. You put the 2 nodules, fix the 2 nodules into... And also, if you look, the the actual holes that go further down. That's so you can get the blade in place. What you do is you then press down. I'm not going to do it because it'll cut the fabric. You press down in there. You can either use the palm of your hand or you can use your finger like that. You press down and you push it round. Now, this has got a twisty thing, like it moves with you. It's totally, utterly versatile, so it just moves round. So you've got it pressed down, you push it round, cuts the circle out. It's absolutely brilliant. I can't tell you the amount of people who just said, Natasha adores this. It's just fantastic. And it's very, very simple. Derek had it on when he was on last, and he was able to just do it like that straight away. Did you like the cookies, John? Oh, sorry. Anne-Maria, did I like the cookies? Are you, now you have to forgive me. Are you the lady who made me the gluten-free cookies at Festival of Quilts? If so, yes, because I also ate Joe's as well. Joe had some as well, and I ate hers as well. So if that's you, Anne-Maria, thank you very much. They were delicious. But if Anne-Marie, if you've sent in some now, where are they? Right, OK, there's two things I'm going to see before I go, very quickly. The scissor sharpener, here. Scissors, blunt. Scissor sharpener, $12.95. Oh, it was you. Thank you. Yes, they were delicious. So the blade goes in. Not just for dressmaking scissors, you can use all of your scissors, your general purpose scissors. You can only use it on right-handed scissors. You cannot use that on left-handed scissors. Very quickly, and then the green bundle. The green bundle. What I might do is I might bring some of those Dashwood fabrics back in my last hour, because I've run out and haven't had time to recap, so I might bring some of these back in the last hour. This bundle's very, very popular. Hannah loves it, I love it, you definitely love it. You get 5 half meters. You get citrus, grass, lemon, pistachio and sherbet. Half a metre of each, £15.95. It's beautiful, isn't it? OK, how long have I got? Right. If you want to see any of the tools again, just let me know and I'll redo them for you. I've got some more of my favourite tools in the 11 o'clock show. I've got fabric bundles in the 11 o'clock show and also bring back these Dashwoods in the 11 o'clock show because I ran out of time. I was too busy chattering and wittering away. So don't go anywhere. Jenniffer Taylor's up again next. Now, we're making really cute little purses. Oh, actually, have you got a picture of it there? Picture of the purses that we can just show quickly before we go. There they are. So she's going to make... I'll show you. We've got kits to make and fat quarters to make those. They're gorgeous, aren't they? She's going to demonstrate one of the ones with the clasp on, but then the ones in the middle are just brilliant. They've got this thing. What's it called? Like an adjusty thingy. Kind of you go like this with it. You press the end and they move like that. Flexi frames, that's what they're called. I'll see you in 3 minutes with Jenniffer from now. Join us on Facebook. Simply search for The Sewing Quarter and like our page for the latest news and more.
There are many different ways you can buy from us here at The Sewing Quarter. You can order from us by calling our free phone number at 0800 112 4433 and talk to the team at our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, there are other ways you can buy from us. You can go online and shop through our website at www.sewingquarter.com. You can even watch the show there and shop as you go. You can check out as many times as you like throughout the day and only pay a small fee of £2.95 postage and packaging for the whole day. We also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all products excluding custom-cut fabric. Our friendly UK-based team will help guide you through every step.
The Sewing Quarter website is simple and easy to use. You can view a live broadcast of the show on our homepage. Get instant access to our online shop, which has a wide range of wonderful products for you to choose from. You can also enjoy a selection of projects and guides which we have on offer to help you enhance your skills and gain valuable tips. Watch the live shows and you can buy the product which is currently being shown on air. You can even message the studio to ask our presenters or team any questions you might have. Below, you'll find all the products from today's show for you to look at and purchase. On the right of the screen, next to today's products, you will find our simple programme guide listing all upcoming shows. So, join us today at sewingquarter.com.
Tune in on Tuesday the 19th of September when the talented Lucy Brennan will join us on the show. Lucy will demonstrate a striking cathedral window quilt block by fellow guest designer Jo Avery. She'll show us how to use these gorgeous designs on cushions, which will be available in 3 different colour options with charm packs from the likes of Kaffe, Fassett and Amy Butler. With Lucy's expert guidance, this is the perfect opportunity to create your very own feature cushion for your home. So join John Scott and Lucy Brennan for this cushion making masterclass on Tuesday the 19th of September at 9 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Preview Channel 78.
How much did you say? Oh, aren't these gorgeous? Look, lovely little purses. Look, there's one. Oops, come on, John. 2 little purses. They're cute. Now, that's meant to be on the side, obviously, like that. Aren't they cute? Those little heart clasps there. And then these ones are in the copper. Look. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm going to show you these very quickly as well, because I'm amazed by these. Look at these, right? Hello. Oh, it looks like a fish. But I'll show you a big one as well. Look. We want to look.
Push that one in the middle.
Oh, you need to put pull it from the middle, right? Because it's bigger. Yeah. Oh, come on, John. One job. Look. Flexi openings. They're brilliant. What are they called? Flexi clasps. Flexi frames. We're not going to make anything from those, but Jennifer's going to explain about them later. And I love that little one. So we've put together a couple of bundles for you. Just put those there. Right. This one first, you say, yeah. So this is it's not a bundle to make the fabrics with. I'll just show you, right? In this bundle, you get 3 clasp purse bundles. You get silver, old silver, and copper. Is that right? Is it not called old silver? Was it antique? So if you look, right, the silver one has just got the normal little clasps on it. There. The copper ones have got a bigger clasp. It's not real copper, it's just colour. And then this one, dark silver, has got the hearts on it there, right? It's not real silver, obviously. It's not real silver. So they come with a little instructions manual in there and everything. But you get instructions how to make the bags. Let me just show you very quickly. This is Jo Carter. How to draw up your own bag pattern to go with it. Jennifer's going to go through all that now with us so she can show you how to do that. So that's one bundle. OK, I'll go through the fat quarters in a second that you would use to make, or any fabrics you've got at home, but we've got some gorgeous fat quarters. Then the other bundle I've got here are those flexi clasps I was just showing you. Put them both together so you can make a big one and a small one. We're not actually going to make anything with it, but Jennifer will take you through the process of how you fit them in. So you get a 30 centimetre and an 8.5 centimetre, £10.95. Bundled together. First time we've done that, bundled them together, £10.95. Then I've got one other clasp, which I think is very antiquacky, as my nan used to say. Antique. It looks very antique, doesn't it? It's got that kind of brass effect to it with the clasp and the lovely little handle there. £9.50. £9.50. To do that, you'd use exactly the same technique that Jennifer's going to show you on the little ones, but obviously on a bigger, you make a bigger pattern. Then I've got 3 fat quarters that I'd like you to see that you can... Now, I'm going to open them, because the other day I didn't open them. They sold out, and we had complaints that they'd sold out without people hadn't seen them. So, this is the first one. It's floral. Dots and spots, I think this one's called. No, this one's just called floral and spots, this one. I love these. Floral dots, it's called. Dots and stripes. Now, obviously, Jenniffer's used this one to make her flexi bag. And she used that one to finish off them. And then that one to make the little flexi purse there. OK, brilliant. You'll see that now because I'll put those on the table. So that's that fat quarter for £14.95. I'll put the ribbon with it so that Jane knows which one goes with which. Then this one is dots and hearts and spots. Hearts, spots, dots, hearts, spots, dots. Even if you're not going to make bags out of them, they're fantastic. They've got 6 fat quarters in there. £14.95, 100% cotton. Pretty, aren't they? Now, Jenniffer's not used that one at all, but she has used this next one, which I love. I don't think I've seen this. I don't think I've seen this one before. Hmm? Oh, it's Jennifer's favourite. Is it just called floral, I think, this one, isn't it? Oh, that is that's gorgeous, isn't it? We love that one. So you get 3 ditzy flowers and then 3 of these kind of... They look almost tulip pinkish, don't they? Contrast, isn't there, between the flora and then the drawing there and everything. £14.95 for that one. Right, so I just have to take this with me. Oh, there they all are. There's all the pieces that we've made. So let me just display those on the desk. There we go. Right.
Hello.
Right, hello. Did you have a nice break?
Thank you. Nice
right.
cup of tea.
Do what? Nice cup of tea. This graphics there are for the bundle, which is the instructions and the 3 clasps. Mm-hmm. Right. Is that what we're using now, then?
I'm using the clasps today.
Okay. Off you go, then.
Off we go. Off we trot.
So it looks a bit complicated to me, drawing like a technical drawing.
It does look like a technical drawing, but Jo's instructions are fabulous, and honestly, she's holding your hands throughout the whole thing, so
Perfect.
don't worry. But I'm going to go through it visually with you today. So
Brilliant.
we are
I'll
definitely
shut up then.
covering it all up.
Make sure the hands on.
So you obviously need to pick your clasp,
Yes.
and then we can draw from that point onwards.
Okay. So now the 3 in the packet, are they all the same shape, just a different?
I believe they're all 8 centimetres in diameter.
No, but they are different shapes. That
Yeah.
one's more curvy than that one, isn't it? And that one's the off-centre one there. So they're the 3 that you're going to get. These 2 are obviously made up, and then that's the silver one there. Okay.
So this one's got more of a squarish finish, whereas those are circular. But the process is the same.
Oh, okay.
Especially with your beautiful antique one with the handles.
Yes.
The process is the same.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is start off with a line. And so I'm going to draw it quite... You want to make sure you can get your clasp on, so I'm going to go about there. So don't worry if it's not straight to the paper, it doesn't matter, because we're going to cut this out in a second anyway. Right. OK, so you've got our line. So what you're going to do is get your clasp, OK, and we're going to pop it. You see where the hinges are there? I'm going to pop that on the line.
Right.
And then I'm going to draw around the shape.
Right.
Okay, just so I've got a basic shape.
Sorry, did you draw about the inside or the outside?
I did the outside.
OK, sorry.
Outside.
Yeah.
OK. And then what you might want to do is just take a measurement between the clasps, so you're getting the diameter of your... This is the biggest ruler in the world for
yes.
this, but never mind. So it's 3 and... Let me just write that. 3 1/4.
You're in inches, are you now?
I'm going in inches. Or...
I was going to say, didn't you ask for a centimetre?
I did ask for a centimetre, but it doesn't matter. So it's 8 centimetres.
OK.
OK, so it's an 8 centimetre diameter,
Right.
all right? So you want to find the halfway point on that. So in this case, as I've got the centimetres here, it's 4.
Right.
OK?
OK.
So again, I'm going to draw a little line using my ruler. OK. So we've got our halfway point.
Right.
OK, so that's the important thing. So what you want to think about now, before we go any further, is what do I want my purse to look like?
Yes.
OK, so if I just get my yellow one there,
and then the
smaller one. So we want to think about the bag itself. Now, this probably looks like that looks too big, but the reason being is that I knew I wanted to put my phone in there or a pair of scissors or whatever. So this is your bag. You can make it any size you like.
Big.
Well, it might.
Nice.
Well, I like it, and I know I can get my phone in there. So, and it's got one of these little clasps on there, so you can have a little hanger, so you can, like a wrist hanger, which I think is really cute as well on that one there, and also on that one there as well.
Anna says she'd put a charm on hers if she had it.
Oh, that's a nice idea. So you can see they've got those little loops, those little metal loops on the side there. So obviously this should be really nice for little keepsakes for your flower girls, maybe.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
It'd be really cute, wouldn't it?
This flower's from the floral fat quarter there that we're seeing there, $14.95. Right.
Oh, I've gone with the drawn florals on that
inside,
one.
Yeah.
Inside and out. Love it. This is my favourite one.
Nice. OK, so...
OK, so just think about your bag and what you're going to put in it and how big you want it to be, because obviously we need to start thinking about the depth of the bag. So this is the basic shape, and then obviously that's where the clasp would be, and then obviously you need to think about going down.
Right.
So I'm just going to go with a couple of inches. So depending on how big you want your bag, I'm going to go with 1.5 inches down in depth from where the clasp finishes, because that's with the hinge.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the real depth of the bag.
So you're now measuring from there downwards.
Downwards, that's right. Yeah. And then always remember, when you're sewing this in, you're going to need a seam allowance. So make sure you always add on a little extra. So I'm going to go with 1/4 inch.
Right.
Okay, so that's the base of. That's going to be the depth of my bag, and also there's a base in there as well. So depending on how much of a base you want, like that one has a base.
Yeah. It's all about the base, isn't
All about the base. This one doesn't.
Oh, OK, so you have to decide whether you're going to have a based one or just a little coin purse like that.
So this one, I'm just going to do a really cute little coin purse, but if you want to add a base...
So we're going on that...
We're going on this sort of shape. Okay. But if you want to have a base, always remember to add that in. It will be half of it.
Yes.
Half of it, OK? That's the important thing. And then the next bit is about getting this shape in the top. OK, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay. So remember we took a measurement from here to here, which is the diameter of our clasp. If we just bring that back in, it's that section there. Yeah. In this case, it's 3.25 inches. Yeah. I'm going to measure outwards 3.25 inches with my really, really big long ruler. So there's my point.
Where are you measuring from, then?
So from the centre point.
Yes.
Remember we divided it in half.
Yes.
So I'm going to go 3.25 inches from that point outwards.
Right, OK.
So I've made a little mark there.
Right.
Yeah, does that make sense? Follow me so far? So depending on what kind of clasp you're doing, so in this case, it's this shape here.
Yeah.
So I would go in and draw that by hand. Or you can grab a plate or one of those.
Or one of those French curves.
Or you could French curve it, absolutely. Whereas if it's more of the antique one, which is very square, then your clasp would look something. I'm just going to draw a little line here. This is probably going to confuse people. Let's imagine your clasp is like that.
Yes, yeah.
OK, you would draw a diagonal line like that.
Right.
And then you'd tilt your clasp to find out where it needs to go. But because mine's a curved edge, I'm going to show you the curved method. OK, so I'm just going to...
You get 3 curved ones in the bundle. If you want to buy the squarer one, that's one on its own.
So I've just drawn a curve, done it freehand with my hands. This is where the clasp is.
Yeah.
This is going to be my material. OK.
But as you say, you can use the edge of a plate to do that.
Yeah, you can use the edge of a plate or your curve or whatever.
Yeah.
OK, so this is where it does get a little bit tricky. So you've got your metal clasp.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring that back into the original position there. So you've got the halfway point. It just so happens there's a little... a hole, which is where we're going to sew our bag to our clasp later on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my clasp around that outer edge that I've just drawn.
Right.
Did you see what I did there? Do you need me to do that again?
Do it again.
OK, so there it is. There's the original position.
Yeah.
OK, and I'm just going to move it along that line that I've just drawn.
Right.
OK?
Yeah.
So now I'm in that position. I'm going to draw where it finishes.
Right.
OK, so I can move that out of the way now. And then again, remember to add your seam allowance, just 1/4 inch, which is roughly about there. It's probably a large one, actually, about there. OK?
Right.
So you've got that point of reference.
Yeah.
OK, so now it's about drawing the rest of your bag. So ignore this side, because we're going to do a flip. We're going to flip and trace it. Yeah, we're going to fold and trace it. So it's whether you want to go down, do you want a square bottom, do you want a curved shape? It's entirely up to you. It's your purse. So for this one, what I did... is I literally just came down and around.
Oh, OK, that's simple.
That simple.
Right.
Or you could go down and across.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do.
What would you draw for that? What would you draw for that sort of shape then?
So if I move that one out of the way, I can do that one for you now. Just draw that very quick.
All these instructions are in. All this is in Joe's instruction in here.
Yes. Yes.
All of the instructions to draw this with the different shapes are all in there. All in Joe Carter's instructions.
Yes,
right.
don't worry.
So I'm just asking we're not making this shape, but I just want to give you an idea of the kind of shape you're going to be looking for if you wanted to make this shape. Because this you could make longer and slightly thinner and make a glasses case, couldn't you, for this one?
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely. I'm just going to go 3 1/4, which is there.
Or a pencil case. Oh, yeah, Mandy Shaw has all her pencils in one of these, doesn't she?
Okay.
Okay.
So let me just quickly...
We're just drawing...
And then again, just let's pretend. So this is going to be our... This is how deep I want my bag.
Yeah.
But then I want to add a base to that.
Right.
And then don't forget our seam allowance.
Seam allowance, right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So for this bag, what I did is I literally came straight down. So again, I'm using my ruler.
So you come down from the point where the clasp was finished plus the seam allowance.
Plus the seam allowance, and then again, using my ruler, right angle. So that's the shape of that bag.
Right.
But then in order to get my base... You know when you do your
flat bottom?
Yes.
Yeah. So you could put a square...
You have to put your triangles in. So you can either draw in a square or do it later.
Flat it and do it.
That's correct.
Right,
well, you make the triangle
Brilliant. I couldn't visualise that.
Couldn't visualise it.
In a bit of... on a flat.
So that's that shape, and that's... Well, I can do this one if you prefer.
No. You do the one you're planning to do. Which one do you prefer to do?
I don't mind. Should we do this one and I can show you how to do the base?
All right. Brilliant.
Yeah?
Okay.
All right, let's do that one then. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold my my paper even, in half, along that central line that I've done.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just find doing it this way, rather than trying to replicate it by eye, you're going to get an actual symmetry here. So I'm going to use my crafty scissors.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down and across.
Okay.
So there we have our template for our bag.
Okay, brilliant.
Does that make sense?
Was that simple?
That's as simple it is.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go up the larger scale or the small selection of 3 today, that's how you draw out your bag handle, and the instructions are perfectly clear. Is there any opportunity where they don't have the instructions? Is it with the antique one?
With the antique one, you don't get instructions.
Okay, so if that's the case, guys, don't panic, because there are instructions in the packaging,
right.
okay? So if you are grabbing just the antique one today...
not as in depth as this and this, but just a general pattern,
just a general one. So all you get is that base, and then it's the written instructions.
But you could always watch YouTube, just watch you doing
yeah, just
that.
watch me.
Simple,
Or, like I say, but the instructions are really super clear, and they really just go through every step. Okay, so don't panic if it's not there. So once you've got your template, then obviously it's about cutting your fabric out, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'm going to go with this combination, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Just need my fabric scissors. Jay, have you got fabric scissors, please?
Oh.
Never mind. Never mind.
No, they're coming here.
They come in. Ta, dude.
Right.
Thank you very much. Definitely not on there. Cool. All right. So I'm going to be... You need 2 for the outside and 2 for the inside.
Yes,
so we're going to line it, okay? And then again, optional, if you want to interface it, you can go ahead...
It's slightly stiffer.
A bit more stiffer, or if you wanted to add some wadding in there, some lightweight wadding.
I've got interfacing in the next hour.
Some lightweight wadding would be really nice as well.
Yeah. Oh. So now, the ones you had earlier, are the... So the seam allowance storage included in that pattern, isn't it?
Yeah. I need your sharpener.
Yes. I think it's been put away. Those scissors definitely need to be put to one side, though.
Okay, so there's that one done.
There we go.
And I'm going to do the other one very quickly as well.
Is the lining exactly the same then?
Exactly the same. So if you're doing the bigger bag, you could put a little pocket on the inside. That'd be really
my word,
nice.
talk about make it complicated.
Especially with the large one.
Yeah, no, you could.
Be lovely. Okay.
I want to show you had wax that you ran your cotton through. I cannot find it. Oh, like beeswax. Was it like beeswax? Who had that?
What was that?
Oh, they call it thread magic. I've been saying since day one, we must get beeswax. We must get beeswax. They get it. They get the equivalent of it. What's it called? Thread magic. It's sold out, I'm afraid, customer. It's sold out. But you know when you ask for something, you think they'd give it to you, wouldn't they, when it arrived? I should have words with Wendy. She'll be sitting there now.
Oh, this is
shaking her fist at the screen. Oh, no, mind you, it's Monday. There might be meetings. It's all management meetings. Were they meetings when you came back in?
Yes, they were just about going into a meeting.
Yeah, watching the telly then, it's fine. Right, so you've got 2 of the outside fabric.
Yes, I've got...
2 of the lining fabric.
So there's 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay?
Okay.
All good.
Just to warn you, the bundle with the 3 clasps in it, a third of the stock's gone already, and we're only 20 minutes into the hour. Right.
Okay, so now it's about constructing your bag. So like I say, if you are going to interface or wad it, you need to do that with either one or the other.
Which one would you put, if you were going to put interfacing on, would you put it on the outside fabric or the lining fabric?
I think I'd go outside, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe, or if you're going to go interfacing and with maybe like a low grade, like a 2-ounce wadding or something.
Yes, put the wad...
Interface the lining and then wad the outside. So
one,
it's entirely up to you. It's all about how you want it to feel in your hands. So that one I've only interfaced because it's got a little bit of body.
Yes.
Whereas with this one, I've actually put a little bit of 2-ounce wadding in that one, just a bit more plush.
The wadding and the interfacing are available on the website. I've got interfacing in the next hour, but the wadding's available on the website.
Okay.
Right.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to sew around the 3 edges of our bag. So not the curved edge, not yet.
Are we doing a bottom on this one?
We're going to do a base on this one. Okay, so we're not doing that one. It's that one we're going to do. That's the one we were going to do, but I've changed my mind. I'm going to do that one now.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
So on the outer, so I'm going to go with the floor on the outside, I think.
Okay.
So floor outside, so I'm going to go around the 3 edges, all of them.
Right.
Whereas with the lining, we are going to leave a gap. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But the other thing I wanted to mention is that we're actually starting down a little bit from the curved edge. You're not going to start right at the top and sew all the way down. You're going to start about here because we want to create a pivot for that area in the bag where the clasp is. We need to be able to get in there later when we join the 2 together.
Yeah.
So don't sew right to the top. Just come down about 1/4 of an inch. So whatever seam allowance you're going to use.
Yeah, because I would have left a larger seam allowance because I don't like working with 1/4 inch.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of 1/4 inches, but then I'm not a
quilter.
I'm not a quilter.
Yeah.
Let's bring my pedal closer so I don't break my neck. There we go. So I'm going to do a little back stitch. Once my machine.
Would help if you put the machine on.
Just to hold it in there. So I've left a little gap.
Yeah.
Going down that side. Now I'm not pivoting on this one because I'm going to be doing a bottom. Okay, right. So I'm just going to sew straight across. Okay.
So you're literally just doing 3 straight lines.
3 straight lines. And just making sure that I leave a gap at the top so I'm not sewing right up to that curved edge. I'll just do a back stitch to secure it. So that's that one done.
Okay.
Okay. So with this one, just checking that I've got right sides together.
Yeah.
These are the most bolder sides. The process is exactly the same, but this time we're going to leave a gap in our bag. Okay, that's really important. So whether you leave it here, here, or here, I don't mind, but make sure you're not leaving it in the corners or up where we're going to have that little section up the top. Okay, so make sure it is in the middle of one of the lengths.
Okay.
Okay. I think I did mine on the bottom. I think on that one.
Can't tell.
So I'm going to leave a gap in the very base of my bag.
Okay, and that's for bagging out, isn't it, later?
That's for bagging out later, that's right. So that's that one. So I'm going to sew in from the corner a little bit and then do a back stitch to leave my gap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's important to do the back stitch there. You're not doing back stitches on the ends of each of those because they're going to be at the corners at the bottom.
Yeah, so where the corners are square, I'm not bothering doing a back stitch on there because I'm going to do something else with it in a minute.
Yeah.
Whereas where I'm going to be turning my lining out later, I have back stitched. Okay. Brilliant.
Okay.
Okay, so just to recap, on this one, you can't see it, but I've gone around the whole edge, all 3 edges, but left, you can see that I've not sewn right up to the top where the curve is. Okay, there's gaps in that section, but it's all the way around. And on this one, again, you can see that I've left a little gap here and here, and then I've left a big gap at the very bottom. Okay, so don't worry about these sections because I'm doing something with them in a second. Okay, right, so that's your inside and outside of your bag pieces done. So what we need to do now is create our base in our bag.
Yes.
Okay, so this is where you get to the bottom of your bag. You want to be finding the corner, the point of that, and you want to be bringing the 2 seams, the side seam and the base seams together.
Yeah.
So if you use your fingers, you'll feel them kind of snap into place. And I'm going to just pop a rather large pin into the seam, like so.
I'm sorry, I'm giggling, right? All I can hear is Hannah going... Silence. There was silence.
Really
So normally they're chattering away, and all I can hear is Hannah going...
She's got a cold.
She was concentrating so much on watching what you were doing that she was just leaning forward like that, watching a screen.
Oh, bless you. I'm glad you're paying attention, though. So
she was thoroughly engrossed by what you were doing.
What I was doing.
Yeah.
So just making sure that when I put my pin in, that you can see that it's touching the line of stitching there, and then it's also touching the line of stitching there. So then that way you know your seams are nice and lined up.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where it's about your base. So I think I did something like 1 inch. So you're going to be sewing in 1 inch into that triangle.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, now can you decide... Can that be can it be...
Yeah, so if, for instance, when you drew out your pattern...
Yes.
You wanted it to be 1 inch base, it would be a 2 inch base.
Right.
Because it's like one side and then the other side,
yes.
So that's 2.
Yeah.
But when you actually come to this section, you go, actually... I don't want it that deep. You can change your mind.
You can change your mind.
You can change your
mind.
mind.
If you wanted a really boxy purse... and you wanted that base to be wide.
Yeah, just increase the inch.
Yes,
yeah, increase it. So, but just always remember it's double what it is. So if it's a 1 inch drawn on your pattern like here, then it would be a 2 inch bottom.
Yes.
If you wanted a 2 inch bottom, a 4 inch bottom, then it needs to be 2 inches.
There,
so just always remember you need to double up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to sew in my little triangles there. So I'm just going to go with, on the machine, I'm going to go with 2 centimetres. But obviously, if it's a different one, then just get a pen and your ruler and draw it on, and then you know it's going to be correct on both. So that's that. And then I'm going to do the other one now. Ooh.
And then do you do the same thing on...
You do exactly the same on the lining, that's correct. Yeah.
Right. While you're doing the lining one, do you mind if I just go on to recap what we've got? And then I'll come back. So don't do anything else.
I won't do anything
I don't want
else.
anyone to miss out on anything. Right. OK, so this is the bundle of... it's called a bundle, but it's just three clasps. You get the silver, the copper, and the dark silver. They're all slightly different. The dark silver's one's got hearts. The copper one's got the bigger clasp, and then the silver one's got the smaller clasp. And for over a third of the stock's gone, and you get the instructions, Joe Carter's instructions there, £14.95. Stay on that for a second. Then we've also got an old antique-looking one, which is more square. There's like it's not filigree, but it's like kind of embossed work going around where you're going to stitch it. And a little handle there and everything. £9.50 for that one. We've also got these flexi. Now, I've got a different one here. Now this one's got interfacing in, so it's a little bit stiffer, this one. But again, it's got the same opening there, the flexi opening there, which Jennifer's not going to make today, but she's going to talk you through it in a second. Right? OK, I'll just put that over there. And you get... Now, this is the first time we've done this. We've sold these separately before, but we've never sold them in a bundle before. You get the 30 centimetre and the 8.5 centimetre there. Both of them for £10.95. And then the fabric that Jenniffer's using, the one that she's actually demonstrating with now, displaying and demonstrating, is this one. You get 3 ditzy, it's called floral. You get 3 ditzy fabrics and you get 3 they look like hand-drawn flower pattern there. I think it reminds me of a Tula Pink design, essence of Tula Pink. Anyway, so you get 3 flower, 3 of the, well, they're all flower really, £14.95, but very, very different. So you can either use one as the outside, one as the lining, do whatever you want with it, really. Then we've got this one here. This one, the one that Jenniffer's actually made hers out of, is the most popular. You get 3 daisy prints, and you get 3 spots and stripe prints. And that's what the flexi frame purses were made out of. There you go, have a look. There you go. So the flexi frame bundle is going across the bottom. That's using the bigger one, the 30 centimetre one, plus the fat quarter there. Okay, and then the other one is this one, which is hearts and, which you're not being seen, you're not seeing being made today. You get hearts and spots and dots. Oh, I've not done that. Isn't that funny? I've done 2. There you go. There you go. There you go. £14.95 for that fat quarter. Okay, back to Jenniffer. I've done everything, haven't I? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, back to Jenniffer.
Just tidying up, tidying up.
Right. So you've stitched. Yeah, I'll let you.
So I've stitched in my triangles, so I'm just going to trim those off now with my scissors with a kink.
Yes.
That's that done. And I'm just going to repeat that with the other side as well. Let's get rid of those.
The graphics are showing the one at the top there, £14.95. That's the one with the 3 clasps, and the one at the bottom there is the flexi frame ones.
Brilliant. Okay.
There's your 3 clasps.
Cute, cute, cute. Okay.
Right.
So before I insert the lining into the main fabric, I've just gone ahead and pressed the seams to one side. You would have done that already when you were doing your triangular bases. Yep. But if you can help it, like try and push one seam to one and then obviously the lining to another.
Yes.
So you can see that I've got my main fabric on this one going to the right-hand side, yep. But then this side I've pushed it to the left-hand side. So when you're inserting it into each other, then they shouldn't lie nice and flat.
Yes,
okay.
Nestle together.
Nestle together. So I'm going to place the one inside the other. So you need to turn one the right way around. Yeah. So in this case, because it's in my hand, I'm just going to do the lining. Right. I know it's the lining because I've got my hole in the bottom, so we haven't done a mistake. And I'm just going to pop my fingers into those corners there, like so. Yeah. So I'm going to place that inside of my main fabric. Right. Okay. Hold on, one way.
Oh, all right.
That's it. Sorry, because I made sure my seams were some Y seams. This one's going to
yes.
Had it the way around.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you showed them, they were both ends.
The right way.
Yeah.
So it goes in there like that.
Delicate hands to do this one.
I know you do need delicate hands to do this one.
I
actually think this is the trickiest part of the make, is just that it's very tinky tiny. Right. It can be tinky tiny. Yeah. Right, okay. So now it's about just making sure your seams again meet up. So this is why we've gone ahead and pressed those seams to one side. Yeah. And get your pins to line up. Yep. And then again on the other side. Concentrating now, we're going to have to be quiet, haven't we?
Yeah, no, it's nice to be quiet and concentrate.
Yep. So there's my one seam on that side, and then my other seam's on the other side, yeah? Right. Does that make sense? So now I'm going to pop my pin into the seam, making sure that they line up. Yes, they do. Okay, so you can see that because we've left that gap where we didn't sew to the edge, you've got that movement in the top section. That's where obviously where the clasp is going to go. So it helps that. If for whatever reason you have sewn right to the top of the curve, when we come to trim later, you can just make a cut in. You can physically cut into it and remove it. But so it's not essential that you know, don't worry if you haven't done that. Okay, so then the last bit, I'm just going to make sure that the curve part is all lined up. So again, I'm just going to pop a little pin in there. These super long quilting pins, but never mind. Okay, so there we have our little bag ready to go. So what we're going to do now is sew around the whole edge of that bag now.
Right, okay.
Okay. Do you want to say
when you get to the pointy bit, is there a little trick to do?
Yes, so you're going to pivot. You're going to pivot. Okay, so I'm actually going to start at the head of the curve.
Oh, okay.
So rather than at the pointy bit, I'm going to start at the head.
Right. So is it not that one's too small to actually, because it'd be nice if it would fit into the, you know, like, you know when you're doing...
Oh, yeah. It's
sometimes it's nice to slide something like that on so it's flat, isn't it? But it's not too small.
So I have taken the gubbin box, as I call it, off. But the bag for this is actually, if I were to put it in the arm of the machine, it's far too tight to get around. But I just find, because I can get in closer, that's why I've removed it, okay. Because it is quite... For me, this is the most trickiest part. It's just that it's really tiny and quite fiddly. So we're going round with our seam allowance. So what we want to do now, when we get to our side seam, which is now, I'm going to pop my needle into the fabric, lift the presser foot, and then rotate it. So we're going to give it a V shape.
Okay. So you make sure your needle's down, and then you completely pivot round.
And then pivot round, okay. Just check that. So I'm going around the one circle now, one side of the bag. Oh, make sure they're lining up nice. But for me, I really do think this is what is the more difficulty. It's a very, very simple make. The only thing that's difficult is that it is just tiny. It's just tinky tiny. So just take your time. So again, we're coming towards that centre seam there. That side seam, sorry, I keep calling it centre seam. And hand crank that down. So I'm right on that seam line now. Lifting the foot, rotating it round. And then we're ready to join up our last bit of stitching.
Okay, half the stock's gone now of the clasp bundle, of the 3 clasps.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all done now. Ta-da! Super cute. All sewn in. You can see the stitching there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just reduce the bulk in that area. So I am going to go in with the scissors.
Right.
And I'm going to trim this back quite close to our stitch. I know it's only got a 1/4 inch, but I really would go close. If you've got pinking shears as well, that would help it.
Right.
But I'm just going to go in really close to the seam, if I can, with my little knocked scissors.
Yes.
Which is super frustrating.
You're going in really, really close,
I'm
aren't
going
you?
in really
I
close.
suppose it doesn't matter, because when you bag it through, it's going to be stitched again when it's stitched the handle, isn't it? So that's going to hold it as well.
Yeah, definitely. So just be very, very careful here. Whether you're using your pinking shears or these, just make sure you don't cut your stitches. That's the most important thing. It's just fiddly, isn't it? That's all it is, just fiddly.
The thing is, lots of people go, why is she using such big scissors to do that tiny bit? But sometimes it's better, it's safer to do it with a bigger pair of scissors, because if you use little snippy scissors, you're going snip, 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 so easy to catch the thing,
Super
isn't it?
easy.
Right.
Right, so now we've got our bag, we're going to turn it the right way around now.
Right.
So I'm going to take the lining, I'm going to turn it out. So I'm going to push that main fabric into the back of the hole where, you know the hole that we left at the very base of the bag? So I'm going to use my fingers here just to poke that through first. Those points there. So now it's about getting the edge of where the seams join together, where the main fabric joins the lining.
Yeah.
And again, you're just rolling it, and you'll feel it when you start pushing that seam forward. So I would do that ahead of time before going to your iron to give it a good press.
Because that's a subtle hint to get the iron out.
That's a subtle hint. It's so super cute. Did you burn yourself there?
No, the ironing mat underneath the table has been resting against the iron.
Oh.
And I just put my hand and there's a very, very hot, tiny little bit that's a bit hot.
Have a little shock. Okay.
Oh.
It's cute, isn't it?
So now, okay.
So there we have our bag. So you can see that I've done most of the work already with my hands.
Yes.
But I'm going to go in with the iron and just find it a lot easier.
Okay, now are we having the dark blue on the outside now then?
No, it's just because I've pulled it that way.
Okay.
We will have it the other way.
Okay. This is the floral bundle that Jen is using here. It's all been wrapped up again nicely for you there. £14.95. Oh, no. Yeah, £14.95. Yeah, £14.95. Well, no, it's because they're both £14.95. I thought I was reading the wrong one out then.
Okay, so I'm just using our little... This is a cute one. I've not used this yet.
It's brilliant. We've sold out at the moment, this iron. Every time I bring it, we sell out. It's just fantastic.
It's really handy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's got steam on it as well.
It's got steam on it.
Who'd have thought something little as that would have a little steam option?
Yeah, look at the steam button here. On, off.
Perfect.
On, off.
Great.
Oh, it's going away now.
Yeah, I don't need that anymore. Okay.
Oh, end of iron.
End of iron. Right, so this is where it gets exciting now. So we've got our little bag. So again, it doesn't matter what shape you use, whether it's with a base like I've done here or without a base like that one where it's just it's like, almost like a flat purse.
Yes.
Always leave a hole in the lining.
Yes.
Okay, you've got to leave that hole.
Yes.
So not only do you have like nice clean edges on the inside and the outside, but it also helps when you're sewing on your clasp.
Oh, so we haven't sewn the hole up yet then?
No, the hole is still available.
Oh, okay.
To us.
Okay.
Okay. This is where you have your clasp. Okay.
This is the bit where I'd lose my temper, I think.
Yeah. So what I would suggest doing, guys, is grabbing a needle and thread.
Is it normal thread?
It's just the thread for tacking for now. But no, you will. In order to sew it together, no, you're right, you can bring it out. Bring it out. You'll need 2 threads. You'll need some of these or something similar. So a nice embroidery thread, which either contrasts or you can have it so it complements. Either way, to sew your bag onto your clasp.
Okay. But what you've got at the moment...
But what I've got
Hang on, the graphics are coming in for that, are they? There you go, £14.95 for 800 metres of embroidery floss. Right, but to put it in the first place, you've just got tacking thread.
So what I'm going to do just to hold it in place, because you can't really pin your clasp to your fabric, so we're going to have to do something else instead.
Right.
And I found this was the easiest way to do it. So I've just got a needle and thread of a coloured thread so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah. And so we're ready to attach it to this. So what I'm going to do is bring my 2 side seams together first, and I'm just going to pop a temporary pin at what would be the centre point of our curved edge. Like so. Okay, so when I open that out, I can see that's where the top of my bag is. Okay. So again, going back to the clasp, we talked about this earlier, but it just so happens there's a hole in what is the centre of the clasp, okay? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is join up that hole with the centre of my bag.
Right.
Okay. Now, I find opening up the clasps just make it a little bit easier. So I suppose with this, it's whether you want the fabric on the outside or on the inside.
Oh, you can choose.
With this clasp. Whereas with these ones, I don't know if you can see that this one actually sits inside. Like it's almost like a double channel, like it sits in the inside.
Right.
Both of those are the same.
Yeah.
Whereas with this one,
you get all three of these.
You've got an outside and an inside option.
Oh, so you can choose on that one. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Have you got the packet? You might be able to see better. Does that make sense?
I'll go and get it, shall I?
Please.
Off I go.
There you go. That makes more sense.
Oh, yes. So you see, this one here, which is the one we're using now, you've just got the holes on site, on show, whereas on this one and that one, you've actually got a lip with the holes in it on both sides.
Can you see the lips in there?
You see, so your fabric has to go in the middle of that one.
Like it sandwiches in
but on
between
that
the
one,
clasp.
it can either go front or back.
Front or back.
Right.
That's right.
Do you want to see the stars? Can you see? Oh, you can't see the holes on that, but there's the whole bundle. £14.95. Right, okay.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do is match up I think I'm going to go inside.
Right.
Yeah, inside. So I'm just going to take my tacking thread. I'm going to go in and out of the fabric, go in through the hole, and make sure I leave a tail.
Yeah.
Because what I'm going to do is literally just knot it.
Oh, round the actual handle?
Not round the handle, round the hole.
Right, OK.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you can snip that off later.
Yeah.
So I can get rid of that pin now.
Right. So you're just really fixing
the
centre of the purse to the centre of the handle.
I just found trying to do it freehand without any prior tacking to it was just an absolute nightmare.
Yes.
So the first thing I wanted to do is make sure that my centre points are in first, and then what we're going to do is ease around that curve round the what would be the curve of our bag clasp.
Yes.
Okay. To that point. So again, I'm just going to grab my needle and thread. Oh. Would help if I cut it off first, wouldn't it?
Might help. You're having issues with your scissors today, aren't you?
OK.
It's Jay's fault.
Jay's going to hate me by the end of this session.
He already does. I'm joking. Don't, because I was having a bit of a banter with Jess the other day and someone thought I was being rude to her.
No.
I know. To be very careful.
I think they know us better than that now.
Yes, exactly.
I still haven't got over when you called me a bag, so, you know.
I don't even remember that.
And you... Do you mean that little too? Love it. OK, so I'm just going to do that one. I'm only going to do the one side.
Right.
Just so you can... as in the one side of the purse.
Yes.
So we've got that section there, so you can see that I'm about 1/4 of an inch away from where the fabric meets. Can you see my fabric there? So it's about 1/4 of an inch, roughly, from the last hole in the clasp. I've got my centre point, and again, I'm going to do that again on the other side.
Right.
So I always do the centre first. I just find that a lot easier, because otherwise I find that you have more fabric on one side and less on the other.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. It's like putting a sleeve, when you put a sleeve in.
Exactly, John.
I always match if there's a seam underneath, I match the seam and match the top and then do the easing from there.
Work the centre piece after. OK, so that's done now. So once I've got my 3 little tacking threads in, obviously you repeat that again on the other side.
Yeah.
It makes the next step so much easier.
Yes, exactly.
So much easier. OK, so it does help having a really nice bright coloured thread in there. OK, so now...
And then you get your embroidery thread.
And now we get our embroidery thread. That's quite a big one, isn't it, actually?
Did you do single or did you do double?
With the tacking?
No, with your embroidery thread.
Oh, no, I went single, but I went full bore. I didn't separate it out.
Okay.
I didn't separate it out. So I am going to pop a knot on the end of that.
Yeah.
OK. So this is why I would suggest don't sew up that lining yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to go into the bag. I'm going to move it out of the way, just to make it easier. I'm going to go into the bag, find my hole in my lining, and I'm literally going to pass my needle with my embroidery thread in through the lining and up towards the first corner of the bag.
Right.
So this is fiddly, but it'll be worth it, because then the knot is all hidden.
Inside your lining?
Inside the lining.
How brilliant.
Ow, that was my hand, not the lining.
Now, I've had a message from Anne saying, is it necessary to glue your fabric in as well?
It isn't necessary, and on this one, it would be difficult because you haven't got the channel.
Sorry, I'm not turning my back on you. I thought I had the glue in my trolley, that was all.
With this clasp, I don't. It would be difficult to glue because of not having that channel.
Of course. So the channel ones you could glue if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's only because when Jo did it the first time round, she did glue them first.
So how did she find passing the needle through the glue?
I think she said wait for the glue to
dry. First, yeah.
So you can't finish your project straight away. You have to put your glue in. Thank you, Jo.
Have you got the glue now?
Here's the glue. There's glue here. If you wanted to glue it, it's called Textile Glue here. This is it, and this is how it'll arrive at your house. $4.95. HT2 textile, no less. But you do have to let it go. That's the other thing, is you have to put the glue on the bag wait for a little while, then put it in, then press it into place, then wait for another few hours, whereas yours, you've got to have your bag finished. Yeah.
Just get on with it. OK, so all I'm literally doing now is sewing my bag to my clasp.
And what stitch are you doing?
So how you do this is entirely up to you. So if you could do a back stitch, but I found if you're doing a back stitch, then the inside of the bag gets a little bit messy.
Oh, okay.
So what I do is do a single normal running stitch, but then go back that way.
And do it again.
And do it again, and then that way. So on that one, I just did a standard running stitch. Okay.
And then if you look at the inside, it's nice and... Yeah, because if you do a back stitch on... Then on this inside, you're going to see where you've gone backwards and back, and it doesn't always meet the back of it,
doesn't mix so well, whereas, excuse me, with this one, because it's a new class, it's difficult. This one, it looks like a back stitch on the front, so you can see that I have stitched over every hole.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but what I did with this one is I did a running stitch one way and then went back again the other way, and then that way I guarantee that the stitches are nice and even in the back. Can you see those? It's a bit difficult. Whereas if you do a back stitch as you go, I find that they twist a lot in the back and it looks a little bit messy. So it's entirely up to you. And again, it's just about how you want that to look, really.
Okay. Jay, pass me those, the snap, they're called snap, no, flexi
clasps.
The two flexi
I keep calling them
ones.
snaps, but they're not, are they?
Yeah. Because I want to, because I've got the back.
And then I'll run you through. How long we got?
Oh, you've got about 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes.
OK, fine. Well, I'll just finish this one because it's quite a quick make. So I'm just literally going in and out. Well, I really like it because you've got, like, the pre-pressed holes, obviously.
Yes.
So it makes sure that your stitches are nice and even, which is lovely. Working my way. So you've done all the hard work already with your tacking threads. Those are doing all the hard work at the moment, leaving you free then just to concentrate on what you're doing.
Yes, because if you were trying to concentrate, putting it level, getting it in the right place,
nice and tidy stitching as well.
Exactly.
It's just a nightmare. So always go in with the tack, or if you're going to glue it, do the glue. But then I want to get on with it. The idea of waiting for it to dry and all that jazz.
Depends how many you're making. I suppose if you're making 10 or 9, if you've got 3 packets, then you do.
Oh, yeah, you could just get a production line going, couldn't you? OK, so I've finished that section now. So all I would do, you can see how that's looking at the moment.
Yeah.
There you go. So now all I would do, if I'm going to go with the back stitch, I would just go back on myself again with the running stitch. And then that way it guarantees that that looks nice, because obviously you can see that the holes are going to show that. But it's this side that will look a lot cleaner.
Yes.
Because you can really make a point of then repositioning your needle to come out of the hole that you were in before.
Yeah. OK.
So that's it. That's the bag. Once you've sewn it all in together, you're all ready to go. And then obviously don't forget to ladder stitch your lining. Obviously you've got that big hole in the centre.
Of course, at the bottom,
make sure you do that.
And you'd use the same principle for gluing purses as you would with stitching purses, wouldn't you? It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. If you've got the instructions with the bundle, it's exactly the same way of making the pattern. Right, very quickly, these, I think, are ingenious.
They're cool, aren't they? I think this one looks like strawberry. That's why I've done it like that.
Were you hungry? There's a bowl of strawberries over there.
Oh.
So, how do they actually... I'm going to open one of these just to have a look. Do you want me... I'll open the little one, shall I? Right, you get two... This is the first time we've ever done them both together. There's a still of the bundle. Oh, I can't even open the bag, let alone make them.
Can we see it?
Yes, please.
Need the...
Well done.
Right. Just be careful when you're pulling out the little one. The big one's fine, but the little one, just be careful.
Right.
Because one side is attached.
Right, Angus, we'll just come up to you. There you go.
One side is attached and the other isn't. Oh, there it is. See what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
So which is which?
OK.
Oh, OK.
One side has already been prefixed, which is that one in the centre there.
Yeah.
It won't come apart, whereas this one here will. OK?
Right.
And I don't know if you can get in that close, but you can see you've got a little bit of metal sticking out there. Yeah. Can you see that bit there if I put my needle?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
That's the one. What's going to happen is you're going to, when you close your clasp, you're going to pop this little bit, the dowel, into that section like
over
so.
that little piece of metal that we just saw.
And then once it's in situ, then you bend these down, and then it will be like that.
Okay.
Where it won't
and
come
very
undone.
quickly, because I've only got about 30 seconds left with you, it's literally just a casement like you're doing elastic around the top, is it? To
Yeah.
fix in?
Let me just pop that in there because I really don't want you to
I'll do that.
it.
I'll do that, and you can explain.
Right.
Yep.
With this one, it's the same principle. I like this one because it actually stays in position, whereas that one, it's always closed. You have to apply pressure on the edges to open it up.
Okay.
That's a snap one. So this one will stay as it is. But if I just expose that there, it's the same principle. You can see you've got like a little nut there. That will come out.
Yeah.
So all you need to do, if I get my pencil, should be able to push that out. There you go.
Oh, so you could make lots of bags and have one flexi class.
You could.
So you could have
That's
all
a
your
good
bags
tip,
lined up
actually,
and go, oh,
John.
I'm wearing blue today, I'll do that one.
So that's what it looks like on the outside. So it's the same principle, but just a little bit bigger, as you can see. But all the differences here is that you actually have a channel. So you know when you're doing like an elasticated skirt?
Yeah, or a drawstring duffel bag or something.
Yeah, anything like that. It's the same process where you have two channels, and then all you're doing is feeding that through that channel, like that.
Okay.
To create your bag. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And as long as you've got those sides, those openings, you are absolutely right, John. You can make so many different bags and just keep taking the clasp out. Yeah. Because with this one, there isn't a bendy bit like the mini one.
When the little one's in, that's it, it's in. Yeah, whereas this one, you can undo and do.
You could take it out.
Brilliant. Anne, you're more than welcome, Anne. Now, you're off to the sewing bee this week.
I am, yes. Come and say hello.
We will do. I'll be there heckling on Friday. Are you there every single day?
I'm not there on Thursday, but I'm there Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So come and say hello.
I hope it goes really, really well, and I'll see you on Friday.
See you soon.
She's doing loads of different things while she's there, aren't you? You're doing all sorts of
doing
projects.
Workshops, demonstrations, and doing the challenge, the Sewing Bee Challenge as well.
Challenge. So some she's doing for Sewing Quarter, some she's doing for Simply Sewing, and some she's doing for Simply... Anyway, so... Oh, sorry, yeah, the instructions are on there as well. So the first bundle is this. You get the three clasps. Very, very popular. And you get the instructions, Joe Carter's instructions, for £14.95. If you've got that in your basket, you need to check out, Next one is a flexi clasp. Now, this is the first time we put these two together. Are we going to fat quarters again or not? Yeah, fat quarters. I've taken this one out. I've got this one in my hand here, because that's the one Jenniffer was just showing how to do it. This bundle, you just get the two flexi clasps there. First time we've ever sold them together. You get a 30 centimetre and an 8.5 centimetre for £10.95. OK? Oh, and then we've also got the handle. Do you know what? I won't have time to do the fat quarters. What I'll do is, if you're watching, just look down there on the internet and you'll see the three different fat quarter lined up. And then there's this handle here, £9.50. OK? OK, don't go anywhere. I'll be back in 3 minutes with fabric bundles, more tools, and more of your favourites from the hour earlier. See you then. Follow us on Twitter for more inspiration, top tips, news, and share your own creations with us.
Did you know there are multiple ways you can contact us, even if it's just to ask a question? Our friendly team are always on standby. You can call our customer service team at 0800 112 4433, email us at help@sewingquarter.com, visit our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter @SewingQuarter, and even message us through our website, and our presenters will answer your questions live on air.
So we're going to show you how to do a backstitch. Now, a backstitch is a great one to use when you haven't got a sewing machine available, but you need to repair or fix a garment. And the backstitch is a really strong stitch to do that with. First of all, you need to start with the wrong side of the fabric first. I'm just going to place my needle through to bring it through to the front. And then you're going to go backwards. So I'm going to do quite big stitches here so you can see what I'm doing. So that's the first stitch. Now this time, you're going to come and bring your needle through, but the same distance as your stitch. And then you're going to go into the first hole that you came out. and then go back through to the back. And then I'm going to come all the way over again, the same distance, and then through again, and just keep repeating that process. So this is my final stitch now. So as you can see, there's my row of back stitches, and if I just turn that over for a second, you can see that it's almost as if it's double stitched along the back. So you can see it's a really secure stitch to do when you haven't got a sewing machine to hand.
On Saturday, the 23rd of September, soft toy maker Jo Carter will be unpacking a trunk of cuddly creations. As well as showcasing some viewer favourites, she'll be trumpeting the arrival of an unforgettable new character. This adorable elephant toy can easily be made at home using Jo's complete kit. The kit comes in several colour options and features step-by-step instructions. So, if you're a seasoned toy maker or just a beginner, Jo's expert guidance will help you achieve a professional result. So join Derek Marks and Jo Carter as they unveil this brand new colourful character, Saturday the 23rd of September at 11 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Freeview Channel 78. That elephant's gorgeous, isn't it? That's on Saturday. That's on Saturday with Jo and Derek. Right, I've got bundles for you. I've got some lovely bundles for you. So what I'm going to do, and I've got tools this hour, and I've got a recap of the Dashwoods from earlier, and there's so much to do, I'll stop talking. Let's go through the bundles very quickly. Some gorgeous, gorgeous bundles here. What they are, and the main, apart from one of them, they're all one pattern with 4 Spectrum solids, and then I've got a designer one that's all 3 patterns and 2 solids. So let's start. I'll go quickly through them, and then we'll go through them one time and have a look at them in thorough look. What am I trying to say? We'll look at them more thoroughly. The bottom screen has got nothing on it, by the way. Oh, there you go. Thank you. White Wings fabric, 2.5 metres of fabric. You get here £20 and 95 pence. Really lovely. Look at this, the butterflies on there. Fresh, spring-like butterflies. You've got the painted wings, 0.5 metre, aqua 0.5 metre, cornflower blue 0.5 metre, real purple 0.5 metre, and violet 0.5 metre. That's called White Wings. White Wings. It's nice, isn't it? That's lovely. I love the colours in there. Just trying to envisage what I'd do with that one. Anyway, if you like butterflies, but you don't want the white butterflies, look at this one. This is fantastic, this one. This is very vibrant. That's Little Paul's word, isn't it? Very, very vibrant and bright. Butterfly. Now, this is called Lime Wings. This is definitely lime. Definitely lime. Does it look yellow on the telly? No, it's definitely lime, this one. And then you get baby pink, magenta, mercury, and sherbet with that one. That's very bright, isn't it? So the first one was very calming butterflies. That one's kind of crazy butterflies. Now, this one here, this fabric's been very, very popular. I'm surprised we got enough to put it in bundles, actually. This is called Maple Leaf. Yeah, that's right. Hannah's got, have you got allergies again today? This is called a Japanese garden maple leaf, 0.5 metre. Then you get cream, dark blue, vintage blue, and vintage pink. Very traditional, I'd say that bundle is there. Okay. Then, now where shall I go next? I think we go to triangles with attitude. You say attitude. What's that Victoria Wood stitch? It's not attitude, right? They're called attitude triangles, but they're from the altitude range. Somebody's done... Yeah, Wendy's always got attitude. She can't hear me. She's in a meeting. It's fine. They're from the... I love that bundle, because look! So you've got... Well, they're called altitude on my screen. Yes. So it's altitude triangles with ecru, navy, ochre and vintage blue. Lovely, that, isn't it? That's gorgeous. I can see flying geese in there for some reason. Don't know why. Moving on. Look at this. This is another one I absolutely adore. In fact, I usually... this could be my favourite. It could be my favourite. Botanica range, floral here. Oh, I love it. Now apparently Victoria Peak did some English paper piecing out of this. So, we've got the exotic flower in ochre. Now, isn't that funny? I wouldn't call that ochre at all. Anyway, and then, because that's ochre to me. So, you've got azure, fuchsia, ochre, and vanilla. Oh, I love that bundle together. I love that. £18.95, that's gorgeous. Moving on. Oh, what I'm doing with the attitude triangles. Just get into place, because they've got attitude. Right, this is nice. This is lovely. If you've got a kind of biscuity tone or a fawn tone at home, that'd be nice with this as well. So, this is called Botanica Birds. This is called it's called Vine Antique Fabric. Then you've got charcoal, ivory, slate and vanilla in there as well. I like that bundle. That's in my equal first place, that one. Equal first place, look. Yes, because we had this, what have they called it? Oh, they haven't called the birds, because when we did this fabric, was it with you, Hannah, or Little Paul? And they're called I want to say capistrano, but that's not quite right, is it? Anyway, we love that. We love that bundle. We love that bundle. And then last bundle but not least, now you get more designer fabric in this one than you do in the others. You get ½ metre of each again. Actually, what I might just do is I might just do it like this for you, because they might be a bit busy with all the patterns together. This is the Amy Butler bundle. So you get 3 Amy Butlers. That's better. That's better. 3 Amy Butler fabrics and 2 Spectrum solids. So you get It Takes 2 in bone. You get Spectrum solid in biscuit. Oh, hang on. Yes, hang on. I'm a bit confused. Looked at that and I thought it was a bit odd. So hang on. So you've got Spectrum solid in candy floss. Then you've got Tilda, ginger, Bessie. And then a Tilda Butler in flower, bush teal. Oh, I am confused now. Yeah. So this is Amy Butler. That's Tilda, that's Tilda. That's Macawa Spectrum Solids. But they've called it Amy Butler. Oh, well. She won't mind Tilda. She's fine. Right, 6 minutes past the hour. Ooh, now. Ooh, now. Yeah, no. I want to go through. them in. I'm ever so sorry. I don't mean to laugh. It might be Hannah's told him to do that, so I'm not saying anything. Right. Let's do this then. ½ metre of each. This is the butterflies on white. That's lovely, isn't it? And then, it's very bright, that's what I'm saying, it's very bright, but not as bright as the lime one. Oh, what am I doing? Come on, John, concentrate. Let's get the folds in the right place, there we go. Just seeing what it looks like that. Lovely and rich, that one, isn't it? Stripes. I was trying to do stripes. There you go. There, that's what I was trying to do. Now, Hannah would do butterflies as a binding on that one. Or a border. It's nice, isn't it? I like that. So you get 2½ metres of fabric. the butterfly. Oh, it's called Painted Wings, actually. Painted Wings. Butterflies in white from Painted Wings range. Then you've got the Spectrum Solids in aqua, cornflower, real purple and violet. So I think that works really nicely. Just when you get equal amounts of all of them, really, isn't it? Because then that really brings that fabric to life in the middle there, doesn't it? Yes, because the different parts of it bring... Because there's other colours in there. They could have gone with lime, coral, pink. You know what I mean? There are lots of other colours in there, but it just kind of lifts it, doesn't it? Anyway, that's the bundle. That's the bundle there. £20.95 for 2.5 metres. So I'll just put that one away. Let me know if there are any you want to see ahead of the others. I'll just carry on regardless. Oh, yes, the fabrics from earlier. Oh, do you know what? Let me bring those out now. Sorry, shall I bring them out now? I've got them here. Yeah, that's what Jay was just bringing across. I've got them here now. And then we've got everything on the table then, haven't we? Oh, I haven't got the bundles from earlier. I've only got the designer fabrics from earlier. If you weren't watching at 9 o'clock, these are gorgeous as well, aren't they? These are all being sold by the half metre, remember? These are all being sold by... This was this was an early leader. I don't know if it stayed being the leader, but this was the early leader for at 9 o'clock. This is it's the Jardin Anglaise, Dashwood Studio, Jardin pink flower fabric. It's lovely, isn't it? I think that is really, really lovely. So that was still winning. It's what? It's equal with my favourite, apparently. Okay, got lots of equal first places today, haven't we? So I'm just showing you the fabrics from the 9 o'clock if you missed out. So there's that one. Then there's this one, which is grass on white, I think it was called, wasn't it? Or white grass. No, it's on cream, but it is on white. I was saying what it actually is, and they've called it cream. The what, sorry? Okay, apparently it's got a direction, apparently, that one. Okay. Oh, the other way. Anyway, moving on. Just tell me if you could see a direction of that grass. Mike knows he's right, he says. Right, okay. I bet he's a nightmare to live with. I know I'm right. Full stop. No more questions. Look. Now, which way up would you like this one, Mike? Be a lovely lampshade, that, wouldn't it? Do you know what would be even nicer is if you got some of the crayons or the pens I shown earlier and you coloured in a couple of those... I don't think the designer would be very happy, but I think they could look nice, wouldn't it? And then you make a lampshade out of it. Exactly. Nice. Right? I'm just going through them very quickly. Now, this one is a little bit... I'm going to show you this on this camera here because it's light olive, this. But if I show it on the upstairs camera, it looks a bit grey. It's a very... Look, it looks olive there, doesn't it, you see? It's a beautiful, beautiful colour. Actually, what I might do... I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Put that down there. I'm just going to show it to you with the greys from the bundle that we've got in this one. Just to confuse you. But look. Oh, it's still looking... On the telly, it's still looking a bit grey, isn't it? Oh, there you go. Just a minute. It's got the green... You can see the green tinge in it there. OK, moving on. They call that... What do they call that? Birds in flight? What's it? Olive birds. It's frenetic. Oh, frenetic birds. It's because they're all moving, you see. I can't fold it properly. It's the bird's fault. Right, OK, that goes there. Then, oh, this one. We called this one the swimming pool, didn't we? Because we think it looks like the tiles from the bottom of a swimming pool. That's nice, isn't it? Right way up, Mike? They call it green all over. It's blue with white dots. Brush all over. £6.50 for half a metre. The what? Right, then we've got this one, which is flat. I love this one, the dark petrol background. Flowers, blue flower. It's nice, isn't it? I love the background. It's very, very bold, that petrol-y blue. Okay, two more. Hannah's favourite first. Love this one. Right, I love this one. Look at the distance, right? Gorgeous at a distance. Then close to it, it's like lying in a meadow, in a spring meadow with, never mind that it's nearly autumn. We've got daffodils, crocuses. There's winter roses, I think, in there as well, aren't there? Oh, now look. That's the drawing that was in that last one, or the one before. Ooh, overhead aeroplanes, very low, flying aeroplanes above. Righty-ho. Now, my favourite, which we've had a bit of a... I said they look like petunias. Paul said they look like nasturtiums. Convolulus and morning glories. We've got a picture of a morning glory here, Jay. Shelley sent it in. Oh, yes! 8 feet tall. That's bindweed, isn't it? But that's also... I thought that was deadly nightshade as well. I thought it was highly poisonous. Oh, so convolulu, bindweed, and morning glory are all the same thing? I can see that now. That's not still in flower. Is that still in flower, Shelley? Is it, Mike thinks it looks like oranges and grapefruit still. Sea urchins. We've got all sorts. See, it just shows, doesn't it, how it can be objective, not subjective, whatever it is. Right, I had 3 bundles earlier as well. I had the pink bundle. What's the matter? I thought you were talking about my way of presenting. She said it's a bit like watching Bonnie and Clyde. That's nice. Pink bundle. $15.95 for 2.5 metres. This table's going to be very full. Then I've got the blue bundle. There you go. There's the blue bundle from earlier. Blow. And then the green one, which you love, and we... Oh, gee, that's very warm. Where's that been? The bundle. Look at the bundle. That's the green bundle there. Looking rather gorgeous. £15.95. Right, OK, when everyone checks out, there's only 10 of those left. There's only 9 of those left now. 9 of those left. Ooh, anyway. Right, where am I going to go now? I'm going to show you my 2 favourite bundles first. That one, which they call ochre. There's only supposed to be from the book downwards on there. Oh, so Hannah has told you to do those. So the table's too full, Hannah. That's the problem. Botanica flower bundle, £18. And I'll go over. It's fine. We'll go over, but I'll just have to do it from the side instead of the back. £18.95. You see, we needed that John Scott Haberdashery Store sign. That's what we need. Right, OK, that's that one. And then this one, which is like a monochrome grey one. I'll go through all of these again, don't worry. It's just if you see anything you like. Just moving them round, it doesn't make the table any clearer. Isn't that gorgeous? Right, welcome to John Scott's Haberdashery Store. Oh, somebody at the door. Where shall I start? Oh, I'm going to start with this. You saw this earlier. Where's my trolley? Oh, you throw it away now. You saw this earlier. It's like a loop turner. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. You've got 3 different sizes. Shall I show you how it works? These are all the different sizes here. You've got 3 tubes of 3 different sizes and 3 pusher-throughs. These are all our most popular tools that you request to see most often. Right, so what you do is you make your rouleau. Hannah made this earlier. You drop your tube into the bottom of it. Okay, there it is at the bottom of there. You get your pusher-througher, which is the fatter one on this one. You push it through the end of the tube. You push up, et voila! The rouleau has been turned through. Oh. I think it's brilliant. I think that I've never seen that before. They've hidden that one from me. Natasha always gets that one. I'm going to do it again now. Push that through there. Goes to the bottom. Obviously, I'm turning this back through the other way. Oh! Right? Get your turny through, pushy thing. Voila. I just think that is the best thing. It's so simple. And there's 3 different sizes. So that was the wider one. There's the medium one and the very narrow one as well. They're the 3 sizes there, look. $7.95. That's in number 2 place. That's in number 2 place at the moment because number 1... There's some things I haven't shown yet, but number 1 place... Whoop, is this. Premiere today. It is the Fiskars. Okay, you can see you on telly. We can see you on telly then. Can I just... Jay, you see these big tellies here? The big one at the top there is the one that people at home can see, and the one at the bottom there is what's coming up next. So if you can see yourself on the big telly, it means you're on telly. It's not like this at QVC, is it? Anyway, this is brilliant. So that's how it arrives. Brand new today. So then this is it out of the packet. Now, I wonder if these are the scissors. So then you get your scissors like this. I won't do it away from the camera. You literally... These are the ones that Jenniffer had earlier, so I'll make sure I haven't got any fabric to cut. I think that's just brilliant. It's like the simple things are the best things, aren't they? They really are. $12.95. Just brilliant. Right. What haven't we shown yet? Because they're the 2 popular things from the 9 o'clock show. Half the stock of that scissor sharpener has already gone. Half the stock. Right. I'm moving everything over there, so I've got a bit of space. Now all the lights flashed. Yeah. Right. What shall I do next? Produce me, Hannah, produce me. Teflon ironing sheet, absolutely brilliant. 18 inches by 18 inches, £15.95. Don't be shocked, it's not just an old tea towel they've cut up into, which is what we all use as a pressing cloth, isn't it? This is made of Teflon. Now, when you first see it, you think that's going to melt. The minute I put the iron on that, it's going to melt. Well, it doesn't. It's Teflon, you see. But it is brilliant for if you're doing bonder web, if you're doing, especially doing things like bonder webbing, lace to a fabric or applique shapes to a fabric. Because, you know, sometimes the adhesive sneaks out or comes through the fabric. Well, not with this. You can sandwich it like that, iron it, and then if it does leak out, it's gone on here, not on the ironing board or on the iron. And then when this cools down, you can just peel it off. This really, really, really maintains the heat and transfers much, much heat through. It's really funny. The first time they gave it to me on there, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that bit of plastic. And now, yeah, if all used to detail, that's exactly what I said. And now I wouldn't be without it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And lots of, I don't know why we're having a close-up of it, because it's just a piece of plastic, like plastic sheeting, isn't it? But it's good to see it, because listen. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, Odecoat, I can't do a demonstration, but this flew out earlier. showing you our most popular and most requested tools and items. This is brilliant. You can not iron it on. You can paint it onto fabric, and it makes your fabric waterproof, like an oilskin. Let me just show you. I've got three samples here. I did have 3 samples here. I've got 2 samples here. You can see how it just, it gives the fabric a sheen. You can either do it in the fabric, put it on the fabric before you make the item, or you can paint the item afterwards. If you're putting 3 layers on, leave an hour between each layer. Once you've finished however many layers you're doing, you have to leave it for 24 hours to dry before you start making it into an item. Unless, of course, you paint the item afterwards. This has just got 1 layer on it, so it gives it that really lovely kind of... I say waterproof because in the show earlier, I dipped one in a bowl of water and it didn't go through or anything. £14.95. It's fantastic. Eau de coat. It's like you just paint it on. It's a gloop that you just paint on. A gloop. Next. It's just shouting out. Which one would you like? The vanishing pen. This is air erasable. Right, what you do is you can draw on your fabrics. This one's a very, very fine one, this one. You can draw on your fabrics, and it makes a purple line. But within 72 hours, it will have disappeared. If you want it to disappear quicker, you can wipe it down with a cotton tip with a bit of moisture on the end. So that's the air erasable one. We also have a wipe-off one, which is this terracotta colour. This is the one that Joe Carter uses all the time. Should be known as the Joe Carter pen, this one, £2.45. There we go. Oh, Shelley, lots of people loving your picture, especially Andrew and Hillary. Right, next. Fat quarter bundle. This is one of our best-selling fat quarter bundles ever. Let me show you. It's got white, pale blue, Air Force blue, grey, plum, amethyst, navy, and turquoise. £9.95 for an 8-piece, it's called Iris, fat quarter bundle. 54 centimetres by 45 centimetres. Fabulous, darling. Oh, I love it. Do you watch Stella? The new series has started. I love it. Absolutely love it. Wonder clips. All these, I'm just showing you the most requested and the most popular of our tools and tricks of the trade. These are wonder clips. They're clips and they're wonderful. You get 10 of them for £7.95. Brilliant. Look. You've got a flat bottom so that you can put the fabric, so you don't have to move the fabric while you're doing it. It just holds bindings on quilts. It holds all sorts of things together if you don't want to put pins in. Move them along. Joy loves these. You know, Joy. She was in at the weekend, I think. Without me. And you obviously remove them before as you're sewing along the sewing machine. Goes on there. Interfacing, I meant... Oh, in fact, I should have done the bundle web with that. There you go. Interfacing first. Iron-on interfacing. £2.95, metre square. Can't go wrong with it, really. Brilliant. Iron-on. Medium weight. We use it in so many different projects. Nice. Bonder web for applique and for everything like that. Now, this one measures... Now, this is something like 1.2 by 17 centimetres. Right. It says 1.2 metres, but it's not 1.2 metres and then a metre wide. It's about 17 inches wide. £2.95. That, for those of you who don't know, it's double-sided bond. What it is it's got paper on one side. You can draw your pattern on it, iron the other side to the fabric, then you peel the paper off. Hang on, I've done that wrong. Hang on. Yes. So you iron it to the fabric that's being appliqued, take your paper off, put it down to the fabric it's going to, and stick it again, using your wonderful Teflon pressing cloth as well. £2.95. I'll just show you the back. Oh, I see. So they've put those stars on those jeans, and they've shown you how to do it there. Okay. We've got to do Jenniffer's book. Jenniffer was here earlier. Girl with... this was number 1 on Amazon for ages. Might still be number 1 on Amazon. Girl with the Sewing Machine. The no-fuss guide to making and adapting your own clothes. Cost you a fortune in models, this book. Wait, look. There's model number 1, model number 2. They must be from the same family. You can see a likeness, can't you? Anyway, tassel top, everything. There's clothes, there's adapting, there's techniques and everything. Hugely popular selling book at £12.95. In fact, what was she went down? I don't know if the... Oh, at the top that she went to say is in there, I think, actually. Nice, isn't it? Those are brilliant. Loads of people make those, the wrap trousers. £12.95. And then last... Oh, no, I've got 2 more things to show you. I've got storage, I've got a bias binding maker. These, they fly out every time we show these. These are the Gutermann. The bigger ones are more popular than the smaller ones. This one's the 27 one. Yeah. Just checking. £6.45. The Gutermann threads, really, really, really good quality. You can stack them. I'll put the little one on there for now, but you can stack them. And you can see all your threads from all the angles, look. So that one there is the 27. In fact, you can see it with the paperwork in it there. Oh, didn't do a very good job there, John. So that's the 27, and this one's the 18. At £5.45. Do you watch Long Lost Family, right? I love it, right? But I never understand when they go to the person's house and they just go like that on the front door. There's a blooming doorbell there, but they always go. And I was going to write to them and say, why don't you ever use the doorbell? And then next week, Davina used the doorbell. So I thought, that's that letter gone out. Gone for a Burton. There's that complaint letter gone. Right, this is brilliant. Bias binding maker, 25mm. £11.95. They've given me some bias binding. Show you if you didn't know what bias binding is, show how they made it. Basically, you cut a strip of 50mm, 5 centimetres wide. You feed it through that end there. You pull it through there, and as you pull it through... hang on. Oh, I haven't got a pin here. This one's not going to work. Oh, it's just here. As you pull it through, look, it creates bias binding. And you have your iron here, and as you pull this, you iron the bias binding into shape. When I was a student, you always had to make our own and didn't have a bias binding maker, that was for sure. £11.95. No, we didn't have slate chalk and penny farthing bikes. Thank you very much indeed. Right, these 2 bundles, followed by the attitude triangles. Right, let's have a look at those then. Let's have a look at these very quickly. Starting off with the Botanica. You get half a metre of each fabric in here. You've got the Botanica flower bundle, £18.95. So not only do you get the Botanica, which I'll open out for you in a second, you also get Azure, Fuchsia, Ochre and Vanilla. I think what it is, as well as that being gorgeous, look at that as a bundle. That's gorgeous as well, isn't it? This fabric's fabulous, though. So you get half a metre of all... There's half a metre there. Half a metre. So when Victoria made something out of... What did she make out of it? EPP with the hexes. And what did she make? Oh, and she used the white flower and fussy cutted. I haven't seen that in the other room. I'll have to go and have a look in a minute. What time is it? Oh, yeah, I can go soon. Oh, it's on her Instagram page, apparently. Right. So that's lovely. That's a gorgeous bundle. That's the Botanica flower. Oh, would you like me to? All right, then. I'll make patterns. Got to put it the right way up, otherwise Mike gets upset. Mike's being a bit creepy now. Saying, oh, John, that's lovely. I'm just going to switch the iron off. I've decided. Look! 6 patch, isn't it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 6 patch, can't you see that? Where's your imagination, Hannah? She's going to screen printing. If she just does a piece of meat every week, then we'll know she's not concentrated. She drew a piece of meat last week. Not any old meat, just a meat from a street market in Cuba. Right, okay, so that's number 1 favourite of the bundles from this out, alongside this one, which is like greys and creams, which is rather gorgeous. Look. So what else? Botanica. This is Botanica and birds on a vine. If I turn the right way up, you'll have the raw edges, and you won't like that either. Oh, hang on, move that there. There you go. So you get Botanica birds on vine, 1/2 metre. Charcoal, I don't know why it's charcoal suddenly. Charcoal, ivory, slate and vanilla. Or as Hannah likes to say, vanilla. £18.95 for 2.5 metres of fabric. I just love it. I love it as well, because they could have gone with white, couldn't they, here? But they've put the cream in, which really makes it lovely and soft. Okay, and then the other one, the attitude triangles, or triangles with attitude. It's a contemporary, this one. The navy and the attitude triangle. I'll show you the attitude triangles. It's because you say it wrong. That's lovely. Now, it's called attitude triangles. It's not. It's altitude triangles. Just so you know, but we like the fact they think they're triangles with attitude. So that comes with ecru navy, ochre, and vintage blue. Really nice. That is lovely, that, isn't it? No. I'll show you. Hannah wants to know if that fabric looks nice with this. It does, actually. That bundle does look nice with that, actually. Obviously, I've taken the triangles out. Oh, well, actually, leave the triangles in, but put them over here. No, take the triangles out. That bundle's lovely, and then you can make something else out of the triangles, and that bundle looks nice with that, doesn't it? Because the triangles have got attitude. Right, okay. So that's that, and that, and that. And let me take you through some of the others now. So I'll take you through the lime butterflies. We haven't really looked at that one, have we? I'm not sure if that's what they're called. Vibrant butterflies. Oh, they are called lime. Lime wings. So you get baby pink, magenta, mercury, and sherbet as your spectrum solids. And then you get your butterflies in lime from the patterned wing range. Nice, aren't they? Really, really lovely. Then I've got the other butterflies, the wings on white from the same range. Oh, do you? Hannah prefers the wings on white. I like the bundle. I like the bundle they've put with this, though. Look at the colours, though. The colours they put with that, they're lovely. Aqua, cornflower blue, real purple, and violet. And then the white butterfly. Oh, no, this one's called, Butterflies in White on the Painted Wings range. £20 and 95 pence. I'm just trying to think. That's one I did as stripes earlier, isn't it? I'm just trying to think what else you do with it. Anyway, courtyard steps would be nice. Right, okay, and then I've got 2 more bundles in this selection to show you. Now, I love this bundle. The Japanese maple leaf is the top design. I've only got 3 of these left. Only got 3 of these left. And one person has got in their basket, so there could be 2 left in a minute. You get cream, dark blue, vintage blue, and vintage pink as your bundle. I mean, look at the bundle itself. That's nice, isn't it? And then you get that lovely maple leaf. Now, I'm not saying you have to put them all together all the time, but in fact... And I've taken the top one away. No. I just think they look... There's so many others it could look nice with as well. But anyway. £18 and 95 pence. And then the last bundle from this hour is... Now, this one's a little bit confusing. Look. So you get 2 Spectrum solids. You get 2 Tildas. And you get 1 Amy Butler. But it's called the Amy Butler fabric bundle. Tell me why it's called the... Oh, no, it doesn't work. Love this one. Love this top fabric here, the Amy Butler fabric. Then you've got the biscuit and candy floss as your 2 solids. And then you've got your 2 Tildas for £28 and 95 pence. Apparently it was the wrong way around. What are you talking about? Okay, I cannot see this. Apparently there are 2 peacocks on that picture right now facing each other with a blue tail. The green leafy bit is a wing. No, I'm sorry. I can't... No, I can't see that. No, I can see like a bird facing you. Look, there's its 2... Look. Look, right, watch this, right? 2 eyes. That's the crest. That's its beak. I can't see peak. You've got the wrong designer, isn't it? Oh, below there. Oh, so down here. Right. So below my bird, peacock's there. No. Oh, I can see it. I can see it now. I thought you were saying this was its eye here. But that, I can see it now. There's his eye, there's his beak. They're not peacocks. How funny, I'd never seen. That's like when you have a fabric and you can see white squares, everyone else can see the black, like that dress, isn't it? That blue and grey, the red and pink dress that everyone got confused about. Go back. Let me see the peacock again. I can see it now. I can so see it now. So what's that bit there, then? That bit. Are they behind the bush, then? Are they talking behind the bush? Claire who? He said, Mike says it's Claire. Anyway, let's move on to my solid bundles now, after we've seen that. Green one. We love this bundle. In focus, be nice, Mike. I don't know if I can show you that picture because it's not in focus. Oh, there you go, there you go, there you go. Let's go. Oh, Mike wasn't doing anything to it. Oh, how weird. Right, let's just do, I've got time to do this. Let's just do this green bundle with some of the fabrics that we've got by the ½ metre because I think it works so well with a lot of these fabrics, doesn't it? This is the Convolulu Morning Glory Nasturtium, Orange Slices, Sea Urchin. £15.95. So this bundle here is £15.95. This Dashwood Studio fabric here is £6.50 for ½ metre. Nice. Very nice. Then I'm going to replace the Dashwood with Hannah's favourite Dashwood. It's called Small Flowers. So I'll take that one out of there. Hannah thinks this is the best one. Oh. That's nice as well. Oh, that looks really lovely. So this bundle here, the green bundle, 2½ metres, £15.95. £15.95, very, very popular. It's my brain was working faster than my mouth, that was all. And then this fabric here is the Small Flowers, £6.50 for ½ metre. Nice. And then I'm going to then put pink flowers with it. This is nice. That's nice. They're lovely, aren't they? Look. So this is the Jardin green fabric bundle, 2½ metres, £15.95. This is the pink flowers, £6.50 for ½ metre. If there's anything you want to see together, just let me know. Just let me know. I don't think I'm going to put anything else with it. No. Blue bundle. Blue bundle. This is nice as well. The different varieties of blue in there. It's got green undertones, hasn't it? So you've got pearl, azure, marine, teal, and vintage blue in there. Oh. So let's have a look at this with some of Le Fabriques. So this one here is blue flowers. This one. This is the Jardin blue bundle. Oh, okay, if your emails or chats, right, if we're not reading out your chats, it's because what's happening is it's saying to Hannah, you have a new chat, she goes to it and there's nothing there, so we've got an issue. So I'm sorry if we're not reading any of your messages out. I thought it was a bit quiet, but they're all coming through, but they're not there. Are you sure you're pressing the right button now? Okay, let me move that one. Let's put the swimming pool one in now, which is called All Over Green, or Green All Over, isn't it? They're nice. Green all over. You can see it's green all over, can't you, next to these blues? We think this looks like David Hockney's swimming pool, or anyone else's swimming pool. So this is £6.50 for ½ metre. This is the blue bundle for £15.95. Okay. Oh, yeah, pop beads from a necklace. So that was an email, was it? Oh, that was a message ages ago that she hadn't read out. Okay, and then let's move on to the pink bundle. The pink bundle. Now, I'm presuming they put the pink bundle together to go with this pink fabric, but I'm thinking that only a couple of them work. Oh, whoops. What was I saying to Jay earlier about look at the screen? So this is pink flower, £6.50 for ½ metre. This is the pink bundle, £15.95. Oh. that your car being revved up outside, Michael? I'm just wondering, what would that one be like if you put that one with that one? Oh, hang on, get it the right way. There you go. Oh, no, is that? Oh, yeah, that works. That's nice. Small flowers. Works with all the bundles, doesn't it, that one? £15.95 for that bundle, the pink bundle. In the pink bundle, you get nude, coral, flamingo, pastel pink, and vintage pink. Give us a call, 0800 112 4433. Put one in your basket, but please make... How are we doing baskets-wise this morning? Oh. You do need to check out your baskets. We only got... What'll happen is in 10 minutes you'll all start checking out. I've got nothing new to show you. That's it now. So you can start checking out now. Let's put that one with the pink one there. Does that one work? Fresh, isn't it? Fresh. Right, lots of you wanting to see my demonstrations again. On the scissor sharpener and the pushy... The pushy... the pushy throughy machine. Premiere today. Half the stock of these have gone. £12.95. It's so easy to use, but it's brilliant. It's also very, well, to me, it's very, very safe, I think. Now, you watch me go and chop my finger now while I'm doing it. Only for right-handed scissors. You cannot use left-handed scissors. Use this for left-handed scissors. Ready? Ready? Mike's just asked upstairs if you had left-handed scissors, could you put them through from the front? I'm not, no, because it says on the packet, do not use with left-handed scissors. That's why I got it from. I didn't make that up. Here to hold on to. So you can hold on to that. No, you see, look, so nice and secure. Very therapeutic, you know. Sort of sends vibrations through your arm. Anyway, more than half the stock's gone. Sorry, I'll stop pointing with the scissors. More than half the stock's gone. £12.95. And then the other one you're loving, the turny pushy through. Your little tube has come in very handy today, Hannah. We'll keep this. Should we keep this? So all the presenters have to use this one. So. That was me. Who do I think I am? Liv? Oh, now, the pushy throughy things. I'll use the... What's the matter? I didn't use this to clean my ear. Anyway, will you concentrate? Jay's dropped the stick on the floor, so I'll use the medium stick for this one. So, what you do, you're watching. Oh, Hannah's tube's coming undone at the top there. You just pop that down inside the tube, inside your rouleau. Then you get your stick. I'm using the medium-sized stick rather than the large one on this. Just push, 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 push. I just think it's brilliant. I wish I'd invented that. I bet the man who invented, or lady who invented that is very wealthy now. I just think it's a brilliant... It's just so simple, and yet it works. All the best inventions always work, don't they? Yeah, I was too late now to go to the Dragon's Den with this, isn't it? Yes. They might own one of the most probably owns Prims or whatever it is. Is it a Prim one, this one? Yeah, Prim. I just think that's brilliant. You get the 3 different sizes. Oh, that's why the packet's open. How are those? Oh, no, they're not. No, they're not, John. Oh, God. I've had a weekend off as well. And worryingly, I'm on for 4 days in a row. Can you imagine what I'm going to be like on Thursday afternoon or Thursday lunchtime? Prim turning set, £7.95. Pop one in your basket. I just think they're brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. There's a skinny one, medium one, and a fat one. Yeah, so it's a me in the middle. That's the fat one. I'll stop there. There's not an even fatter one. There's not one for Jay, you see. Am I finished on this side? Oh, no, look, I haven't done this. I was. Janice, Anything Can Happen Hobbs, never goes anywhere without this. It's called the Seams Right, and it's so brilliant. It's a lovely little tool, but you can measure everything. It's all in inches, obviously, this one. You can measure anything you need to measure for quilters. You've got your 1/4 inch seam allowance there. Then you've got 5/8 here and 5/8 there. You've got 1 1/4 inch there. You've got 3/8 there. You see, it's just brilliant, an inch there. So if you're doing a hem or anything like that, you can just literally measure, and you can do a buttonhole size as well in there. OK, very quickly, let's just go to the website then. Let's just go to the website, because what's happening is lots of people are looking underneath me on the website and seeing things. So what you can do is go to www.sewingquarter.com, and then you can press Watch Today's Show, because you can't search for them in the shop today. They're not in the shop today. What you do is you scroll down the page, and look, there's all of today's products from today's show. If anything's sold out, it won't be there. There they all are, the glue, the starch, the threader, the glue stick, the saucepan. Oh, no, that's not a saucepan. It's, it looks like one of those, you know that company that make like bright orange and bright blue and they're very expensive. It looks like one of their casserole pans. There's the thing we were just doing, £10.95. There's the cat fabric. Now, the red one sold out. The red one sold out. That's just they call it beige. They call it beige, but it's more than beige. Oh! That's good to know that you can click on it and show it full page. But we're not allowed to show that because it hasn't got the brick wall either side. Anyway, should we do tomorrow's menu? Because I need to go home. So tomorrow, perfect patchwork tomorrow. 8 o'clock, miss it, miss out. What's that then, Hannah? Then at 9 o'clock, we've got cathedral cushion. Now, sorry, can I just come off that for a minute? If you don't know what this is a cathedral quilt, right? So Lucy, we're going to have bundles to make a cushion. We're going to have it's a cushion masterclass tomorrow. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's really lovely. Now, Hannah's saying there's also a bundle to do a cathedral windows in a quilt as well tomorrow. I don't know if it's that one, because that's Kaffe. Oh, it is a Kaffe, is it? We don't know if it's Kaffe Sunshine, because I haven't seen Kaffe Sunshine. It could be one of the new Kaffe ones, couldn't it? But anyway, it's beautiful, isn't it? So we'll go back. Sorry, that's cathedral cushion. Then at 10 o'clock, pre-cut pretties. Oh, dear, I'm going to have trouble on that hour, aren't I? Pre-cut pretties. And then 11 o'clock, this sounds lovely, the 4-patch peonies. That's from the book that's called 100 Any Size Flower Blocks. Oh, that's interesting. I think that's going to be lovely. So that's tomorrow with Lucy. So it's me on my own, obviously, at 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, and then Lucy. And isn't it? It's just so... And loads of people are messaging about that today. I don't know if it's that actual one, but it's that technique. Oh. Yeah, Joe Avery. Joe Avery. It's a Joe Avery design. Yeah. Yeah. Sold out last time when Joe Avery was in. Sold out completely quickly. Right. I'm going to go now. Get your tickets for the British Sewing Bee, Great British Sewing Bee. I'm there on Friday. Not officially. I'm just going to be swanning round. Jenniffer Taylor's there every day, apart from Thursday. Natasha's there every day. And who's this? Rebecca Reid. She's there every day as well. You know, mad Rebecca Reid. She's there every day as well. Is she here today, do you think? Oh, no, she'll be busy getting... No, she'll be preparing. She'll be like this, psyching herself up. Anyway, thanks ever so much for your company today. I'm sorry for being a bit boring. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock with all those lovely shows. And that's it, really. That's all I've got to say. Make sure you check out your baskets. Give us a call. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Tune in on Tuesday, the 19th of September, when the talented Lucy Brennan will join us on the show. Lucy will demonstrate a striking cathedral window quilt block by fellow guest designer Jo Avery. She'll show us how to use these gorgeous designs on cushions, which will be available in 3 different colour options with charm packs from the likes of Kaffe, Fassett and Amy Butler. With Lucy's expert guidance, this is the perfect opportunity to create your very own feature cushion for your home. So join John Scott and Lucy Brennan for this cushion making masterclass on Tuesday the 19th of September at 9 a.m, only on Sewing Quarter, Preview Channel 78.